ZeroPage Homebrew, your best source for the newest Atari games.
Welcome to ZeroPage Homebrew, your best source for the newest Atari games for the past 8 years. Oh my god, it's been 8 years.
It's the 8th year anniversary.
8th year anniversary. I cannot believe it. Yeah, that's a lot of years.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I was
Cells die every 7 years. Is this
we
what
are
they
new
say?
people
So
from when we began, and you'll see it because we're gonna play some videos
of the original days.
of OG video. It's embarrassing. We are young.
Here we go.
There's
live.
actual
There's evidence
of looks that we actually have aged. So today is not actually the 8th anniversary. That happened February 9th, but we were in the throes of the Atari Homebrew Awards, and it was just too much. I couldn't do it then. So we're celebrating it now. You can celebrate things a
Belated,
little bit late.
Is that what they say?
Belated.
It's a belated
So
anniversary.
Happy belated 8th anniversary to ZPH. I want to thank the Twitch followers, Twitch subscribers who are somewhere around there. The newest one is Nathan Strum.
Nathan.
Who just signed up or renewed just before the show. And the newest Twitch follower is Thulahan. So thank you for
thank you all.
following.
And everyone who hasn't, who follows, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. There's going to be some noises.
Yeah, we got
Just ignore them.
Reynolds.
Hopefully they won't come across too loud over the microphone. The whole upstairs is still being renovated. We're about halfway through the renovation.
The midpoint.
They've torn it all down. They're building it back up. They just put in the fireplace, the new fireplace the other day.
Yeah. When I came in, there was people hauling in like drywall, and
I think they're doing drywall.
I kind of
today.
peeked in. I'm like, "It's okay, just come in."
Yeah, we just passed all the inspections, the electrical, the plumbing, and the structural. So now they can board everything up and hide all the mess.
Great to hear.
Yeah. So it's progressing. So today we're not gonna be playing any games. It's a little bit different today.
Something a bit different.
Mix it up a bit.
I think you'll enjoy this though. We're gonna show off some tech. We're gonna
go down a trip down memory lane a little bit. We're gonna take a look at the first appearance of all the co-hosts on the show. What did Erlen look like 8 years ago? What did Tanya look like?
I don't think I had a beard. Did I?
I don't think so.
You might see a rare beardless.
Beardless Erlen.
It's possible. I don't remember.
Hi.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well, so what would that be? 2018? Is that right?
2018.
2018. Wow.
Yeah. So it's a while back. It was
before the dark days, the pandemic.
Before the dip of the
before the world cracked in half.
That's right. The good old days. Yes. Before everything. We're going to do also a room tour, which we've never done before. I've always threatened to do it.
We've teased it.
Yeah, it was always like...
I would say threatened. I would say teased. I feel like the audience would be stoked. But
I'll show you one day. I'll show you.
Someday you'll get a tour.
There's a lot to do. So it kind of is a standalone thing.
Yeah, it's not.
So it would have interfered with any gaming.
Yeah, and to do it properly. So
yeah, you'll be surprised how small this room is. It may still not look small through the camera.
How much is in a small room?
It is floor to ceiling, so there's a lot to go through. And
James can't say this, but I would say that you'll be impressed by the organization. It's my place is not this well organized. There's labels. It's the only way to do it.
It is unfortunately the only way to do it.
I think I've said this joke before, but the difference between a hoarder and a collector is a collector's organized.
Yes.
I don't think you're a hoarder.
That's the way I have to keep it.
But I think it goes to show the importance of organization with this stuff. Because also, especially with retro stuff, you need to make sure it stays intact. Yep. That it's protected.
It's working.
That's right.
It's upkept. And when you do a show like this, you have to make sure it's available too. Yeah. That you can grab it. It's like, oh, that reminds me of this game. Let's take a look. Or I need this controller or something like that, and to be able to have it on hand immediately,
especially with tech that's retro. Just because it worked last time you used it does not mean it'll work this time. It's
so crazy.
It's the scary part of this stuff too. So it's like making sure it's available and in a place where it's going to be safe.
Yes,
with
safe
cats,
as well.
with all kinds of things.
This gray creature on the floor likes to chew cables, specifically braided cables. So I've tried to eliminate all braided cables, even though they're more flexible, and I find they're a little bit better. I'm just used to not having braided cables.
Because cats will just...
Oh, yeah. Chew, chew, chew.
Cats will go
Question,
for it.
where does the cat cam point to? Well, it's pointing at the ground now.
You'll find out.
It was on Erlen's lap because the cat was there, and I was showing the cat off beforehand. But yes, also, please ask any questions.
This is a great time for questions like
Anytime.
that. You want to see where something is? We got a camera. I'm here on it, so we'll show you.
As we're going through things, you might see something. It's like, oh my God, what is that? Or what do you use that for? Or where is this thing that we've seen before?
Yeah.
So just put question like trusted, and we'll be able to see it. We're not playing games, so we'll have the screen up big all day. So that's going to be great. So let's first go back to the past and take a look at what was before we take a look at what is. So the first show is what we're going to be looking at. So before the first show, I had actually wanted to do this show, probably dating back to mid to 2015 around, maybe even earlier than that, maybe 2013, because 2015 is when I started putting that 2600 together with the RGB board with Darcy, and I actually filmed that whole process of putting it. It's totally useless now. So I had to prepare for the show.
It's a good Darcy thing too. Darcy is you get him in there, and he's
doing hands-on stuff.
He's shockingly great at that stuff, you know.
Yeah. So he helped me out put that together around 2015 or so, because I had to make sure I had a good quality streaming setup. So I got that with RGB, which was the highest quality output, which literally is the highest quality analog output that you can get. Now there's HDMI upscalers and things like that. And I also got a FrameMeister, which was the best upscaler at the time.
That's critical. Critical. This couldn't exist without that.
Yeah, and then you have to get a capture card as well. So you get those three components, you get the best quality. It won't look like the best quality because also the streaming was somewhat in its infancy back in 2018.
I don't think you got the 4K camera until, because we worked on a project where we got both of our cameras.
Matchy cameras.
Yeah, mine's gone now. It just life happens. It
was a couple years back.
Yeah. But I think that like you started on I think Tanya's camera and the
what did I have? I had something else which just had not as great output as this one.
Yeah.
So it was a bit more challenging.
So I'm not sure when the 4K jump happened, but that's the one you've been using since.
It would have been that time.
Yeah, it would have been around 2018.
We don't broadcast in 4K.
No,
but
we
it captures
captured
in 4K, which ups the quality quite a bit. This cat is trouble.
Trouble cat.
And now we this setup is cutting out the video when I get up sometimes, which is annoying. It used to cut out the game, but for playing games, I'd rather cut out the video than the game. But today it's
makes sense.
Karak, do I have a consoleized Lynx? Yes, I actually have two consoleized Lynx.
Good questions.
That is a good question. So cat is bad. So let's take a look at the very first
show,
ZeroPage Homebrew, and it is with Darcy. So let's
the OGs.
The OGs.
Look at the games that are being played too. Look at this.
Go to YouTube. There we go. So this was the first
Spies in the Night, man.
Ixion and Super Cobra Arcade. So I'm just gonna mute it for now. And don't mute it. So it just literally goes right into it. Yep. There's no intro. So that won't completely pin my. And we're just like rambling about nothing. And look at the frame rate. It's like 10
lighting as well. You can tell.
Sure. Yeah, the lighting. What did I have? I had them on stands.
Yeah,
all around the place. Yeah, computers on overload. Computers on overload.
But I'll tell you one thing. James has maintained the same haircut, I think, for
pretty much. It's a little bit longer now, and it wasn't a fresh haircut there. A little bit poofy on the sides. Yeah, and we had the speakers in behind there because I was doing audio and making films at that time, even though I never used those speakers because I never mixed in 5.1. I always gave it to somebody else to do. But I was preparing. And we had a little Galaga thing there. You'll see it in the background.
Yeah, it's just moved.
Yeah, it's moved. And there is actually the microphone
that we're
using right now.
And I'm James.
Oh, audio is pretty rough.
Playing some video games.
There, we introduced ourselves for the first time.
Atari 2600.
It's over here.
Yeah, you can't see it, but it's there.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the quality of.
The game isn't bad.
The game isn't bad. The flicker is a bit rough, but it's clean, very very clean. I've got the box, which I still put up the boxes, or the cartridges now, because they all conform to the same look. And looks like I've switched over to the webcam because the camera died from overheating, probably.
Yep. Yeah, because you must have not had this one because this camera fixed all of that.
Because I think the last camera wasn't like a film camera or something. It was not used to.
I think it was Tanya's still camera, if I recall.
Yeah. Then I got a better position for the webcam on top of the TV.
And that's the shot. That's the two shot. It's the classic.
There you go. Still have the same printer.
It's the classic shot,
Yeah. So that's the first episode. That was on February 9th, 2018. And then I wrangled Tanya into it. And this is her first appearance, which is on April 3rd, 2018.
Whoa.
3 weeks after starting.
Did you ever do any solo ones?
Yeah, I don't like doing that, but I have done maybe a handful, maybe 5.
Early on,
Early on, I did more because people weren't available.
You were trying to.
Darcy lived locally then.
Okay. I think we're live now. Welcome to ZeroPage Homebrew for a midweek show. Usually do the big shows on Friday and in the middle of the week. I like to revisit some games that I've played before, and joining me is Tanya.
Hello.
And she's going to play the game.
Skip forward.
Okay, there's a whole thing with Tanya's name. You hear how I pronounced it there. Tanya.
Yeah, Tanya, that's right.
I think I asked her beforehand, how should I say your name? Because her parents say Tanya. They're British, right? And when she introduced herself to me, she introduced herself as Tanya, because most people in this part of the world pronounce her name that way. But she sometimes didn't want it pronounced that way because people spelled it. Oh, no, she didn't want it the other way, Tanya, because people spelled it with an O at that point. Tanya. And it's like, it's not Tanya. So she said Tanya. Anyway, that's, I don't say it that way anymore.
Today's game is going to be...
Can you see the fear?
Played it
Oh, yeah.
In Tanya's eyes.
Oh, yeah, the 1,000-yard stare, the tension. But you know what? Once you get a controller in the hand, it goes. That's the beauty of
You forget.
Yeah.
You're just playing a game.
It's the power of like I feel very comfortable now just on camera from doing this, but early on I needed the controller. I needed the game to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, Wall Jump
Ninja, one of my favorite games. There we go. We got a decent frame rate on the camera now. Imagine what 3 weeks of work does. There you go. Then I play Wall Jump Ninja for an hour.
Yeah,
There you go. So let's see. ZPH, this is your life. It really is my life, actually. Who are those young guys? Good choice of games. Well, look at those two guys. Darcy has a bit more hair. I was expecting the hair to be on the opposite side. No, it's always been on this side. Perfect mic spot in that video. I remember how important the picture behind you became multiple times. We could only get a glimpse of the game you played by its reflection when I forgot to switch it over. It provided a mirror to this
to see
screen.
what was going on.
That is funny.
Now you have this beautiful sign.
Oh, yes. So then we're going to skip ahead a little bit to Erlen's first appearance.
4 months after starting. Yeah.
June 22nd, 2018. I didn't know that you were on this so early. You were really early.
Yeah, and I used to do it weekly for a while too, I believe. I just didn't have as much going on in my life, and it was like, I didn't have like, there was no relationship. There was like working for myself, and I was like, well, I got nothing really going on at like,
let's do this video game
Friday at noon, right? It was
So this is 4 months after we started the show. Let's take a look at this one. So we played Amoeba Jump, Unreal Tournament, and Mappy.
Wow. Oh God, I'm scared.
Now we have an intro thing too.
Yeah,
now.
which is it's setting up the games and
you did have a beard.
I think
the beginnings of one.
Yeah.
we are live. Welcome to ZeroPage
Right about 20
Homebrew,
frames per second there.
Wednesday, where we look back at some games we played, maybe get some high scores.
Definitely more hair on top, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, hairstyle has changed. Beard has changed. It's migrated.
So I'm James, and this is...
I'm Erilyn.
Yep, he's new here.
Took me a while to find this episode. I was like,
so we have 3
okay,
games.
everyone's there, and you're not like
have
everybody's on different days, so it's all interleaved and it's random. So I was like, okay, I have to look at every single show.
Heard of Doodle Jump. It was...
Let's get the microphone closer.
Oh yeah, and your mic was different. We were just talking about this, that you had a
Yeah, it was-
shotgun production mic.
Yes, you can kind of see it in right up here. It had a windscreen on it, and it was on a tripod, which got
Yeah.
knocked constantly and banged, and
Punk.
it fell over many times, and now it's like mounted.
Yeah,
We'll
but-
show you. You'll see.
You'll see, but the shotgun mic is it's for film production. It's very directional, so it's like
Not the greatest thing. Yeah.
it's really good if you're like you can point it directly at someone.
Oh, it's
and this
amazing.
was it's designed for. But like we needed something that would just sort of pick up any conversation. Also, James moving around, grabbing stuff. You need something that has like a
bit more range.
it's just different pattern to it.
And now we've got the webcam now pointing at the console. Look at that.
Big difference. Oh,
Yeah. I don't. Oh, that looks really good. Actually, let's go to this one where it's going to be all flickery. Oh yeah. Look at that. Clean video. So yeah, I'm up in my game already at 4
I feel like that's
months.
always been pretty solid, Well,
Yeah.
just that's a factor is like trying to
This
get
has to be the best. Like that's what you have to concentrate on. Who cares about us? The audio is important, but the game has to look good.
Yeah, and like that's a challenge of with all these analog systems is taking something analog, converting it to digital, streaming it on the internet. I mean that is a process. Like normally you just got to play it on a thing. You got to just make sure this plays back. But like
the cats, I don't know. Maybe they didn't care. They didn't care so much because they didn't get treats back then. I don't know when treats came in, but it was quite a bit later.
yeah, that turned into
think.
like.
And now they're hanging around for no reason.
I'll get the paw up on me.
Yeah. I don't know if we closed the door too to like keep them out because they would interfere, but they didn't become. They
like
weren't
a
like
part
a
of the
big-
show.
Yeah, and you can see like a tripod.
Oh
there
yeah,
on the
man,
show.
Mappy. I remember that was the first time I'd ever played an Atari. To be honest, like this
Yeah.
is the first time I've ever touched an Atari console
I think this
in
is
my
the
life.
camera. Right down here.
That
Tripod for
does,
the
yeah,
camera.
because I think you initially had.
Everything on tripods. It was a mess.
Oh no,
my
I bet
gosh.
you that's a light.
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
But yeah, now he has it mounted to the wall.
Everything's mounted on the wall. Oh my god.
Everything's been mounted. It just
Changed.
cleans up. Yeah, like stands are a nightmare for all of this
Much
stuff.
more hair than Darcy. Short stubble. Mappy's a game that got me into testing games. S. Ramirez. Oh, totally hooked on that work in progress. Oh my god, it's such a great game.
Mappy's a wonderful game.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been
What
doing
a,
it
what a
for-
great first 3 games to ever play of
Oh, it's a
Homebrew.
good
What is it
introduction.
like? Amoeba Jump,
Yep.
Mappy. What was the one in the?
Oh, let's
I'm just-
see. It was Unreal Tournament.
Oh
So
yeah, just
it was like a newish game, made for 2600. So
yeah.
I probably catered that a little bit towards you. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
he'll know Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, well, I
Not this
remember. I'm
version,
sure
but-
it said it in the video, but I used to play Unreal Tournament in the library with my friends in middle school.
Oh,
Like
nice.
we played a lot of like Unreal, just because it was like that was my
Yeah.
my generation of
And probably
stuff.
Amoeba Jump to ease you in because it's just like
Yeah.
left and right, an easy, simple to understand game.
And then
Yeah.
sort of go into with the slightly more complex game at the end, Mappy.
Yeah,
but,
Mappy.
But I mean, Amoeba Jump and Mappy, what a great intro to to this
100%.
whole world that I had no idea existed.
So let's do the room tour.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So let's. We're gonna switch cameras here.
I'll be
and-
on camera, and I think I'm gonna do my best to not be shaky.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest in the world, but we will. My apologies for any dizziness.
So there's your length. Now I'm gonna switch over the cat cam over to that camera. Hopefully nothing crashes or goes wrong.
We shall see. We did a little mini test,
Did a
but we're
test.
sort of doing it live.
Yeah. So there you go. The cat cam is now that. So now I can
I'm
close
sorry,
the door
I'm
now.
literally standing in the
Not completely, but like a crack. There you go. Oh, it's totally fine. Okay, so let's go. And I've got a roaming microphone as well. Let me make sure this is stretched out nicely.
Yeah, and let us know how it's all coming through.
Check, check, check. And there's the cat cam. And I'll put that on the big screen for Erlen.
Oh yeah, thanks. So I can keep an eye on it.
There we go. And that cuts out. That's good. Yep, we're good. Okay, so let's start with the computer here. So this is my computer, 2 monitors. This is OBS, which I use for broadcasting. You can see the levels there of the microphone, so I can monitor what's going on. A little bit of reflections, but and this is live. This is the live shot on the right, and there is the queued up shot on the left, so I know what to queue up. That's about it. I mean, OBS is an amazing broadcast software, and it really changed things. And that's probably what prompted me. It's like, oh, I can broadcast, and OBS is free, which makes it great. Let's continue on with the setup that you guys know about. So this is the microphone that we use. It's above the couch. It's attached to the shelf here. We used to have it on a boom like we're talking about, but it was a pain. And then one day, I think Darcy or somebody said to try and get it on a boom. And oh my God, it's so much better. Because then when we're done, look at that. Look at that. You just swing it away and you're ready to broadcast. You swing it out. It is awesome. It changed everything. So let's take a look at what we see all the time. What we see is the camera that's pointed at us. It's a 4K DSLR, mirrorless, Sony Alpha 7S, I think 2.
It's the 2.
They never put the 2 on it, which is so annoying.
The 3 and stuff is out now. It's actually an old camera, but a really good one. It's just 4K, so it passes all the standards. It's from 2016, so it's not. It could be upgraded, but God, it works. It does everything.
It works so well. Yeah, OBS is great for capturing gameplay footage. It's so good. And then we have the screen that we see your chat on. You can see your chat on the left there. This is the normal setup. We have chat on the left, and we have my show notes on the right. Just making sure everything's cool on this page.
All right.
Yeah, everything's good on this page. And then when we go to play games, we'll switch it over, and this whole screen will be the video game. Then permanently, I have the Atari 2600 on the left, and I have the Uno cart and the Harmony cart. We have a little speaker that's hooked up to the Atari Vox, which is here, so it's permanently wired in.
It's not easy to see on that.
Oh yeah. There's the Atari Vox that I can switch from joystick 2 to plug into it, and a little speaker so we can hear it, but it's also wired into the same system that this microphone. Actually, this microphone's replacing the Atari Vox today, but it plugs over there. We'll go over there in a second. Then I have the power bar, which I can plug, which is the 2600's plugged into, and the secondary console, which gets swapped out depending on what games we're going to be playing. Right now, there's a 7800 plugged into it. this is for the RetroTINK, this controller. This is for the TV. And I have them Velcroed onto the side here.
These are the most important pieces of the whole operation.
Yeah, there's three things here. One is the upscaler, which goes into a capture device. And this capture device is for our main camera. And then those go through USB to the computer. And you can see the cables there. Hey, cable management is not bad. You can show underneath. Show underneath the computer. Take a look at that cable management. It is as clean as you can get. You can go right under the racks and see the racks at the top. Look at that. Look at that cable management. Up off the floor. It's a thing of beauty.
I mean, I just have an HDMI cable, right? Like for my thing, like that's all you need. Like the level of cables that James needs, and the amount of organization. And as I said,
it's
like,
a nightmare, really.
For streaming analog, I mean, this is so important and very unusual. It's kind of neat to show this stuff off because, I think this is the troubleshooting and finding this to work. It's because normally with an analog piece, you just plug it in and you play, but like to broadcast it, digitize it, stream it.
There's a lot. There's a lot of hookups, and I have to constantly fiddle with these cables to make sure it all works together because there's so many inputs. There's the microphone input. There's the main camera input. There's the, right up here, the webcam input, which is normally pointed down at the consoles and the cats on the floor.
You might recognize this angle.
That's kind of the angle you normally see. So the webcam goes in there. The consoles go in there. The mic. Did you get anything?
The cat. No, he just.
Okay, he's bad.
Atari.
Cat. Cables are not that hidden for cats. How do you manage that? You do the best you can. I've hidden them as much as possible underneath cabinets and stuff. And you saw the baskets earlier. That's to lift them off the ground. And Atari only choose braided cables, so he normally leaves alone the thick cables like this because he just is not interested in them. Yeah, I've moved your treats up a whole shelf. We'll get to that and talk about that. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. And then the microphone goes into this 2-input mixer. On the left is our above the is this microphone. And right now I have the one I'm holding plugged into it. Oh, there's a young Tanya. But normally this is plugged into the Atari Vox that is coming from over there. And then this goes into it. And this is my amplifier for my speakers that are just above there. Not really relevant.
But solid stereo setup. I'm mounted to the wall too, which is nice.
And they give a nice, they have very nice sound. Yeah.
And you'll recognize...
Oh, there's that poster that used to be hanging up there. And there's some other posters of the Heavy Sixer and a cartridge. They're probably not the real patents because it doesn't seem detailed enough. Okay. I think that's the setup. Oh, yeah, we're still not done. So in addition to all the other setups, we have to be lit. And these are the lights pointing down at us. Here they are, 4 lights.
With a little bit of diffusion.
Yeah, to soften it up a little bit.
Just to help. And these used to be on stands.
Oh, so many stands.
So if you see this, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 lights.
I think we used to have 3 lights, or at least 2 at the beginning. But Darcy suggested that I at first put a bar across the top and then hang them off the bar. But I found some mounts that go right into the ceiling. So I found the studs, and they happen to be in a pretty good placement right there. And I was able to get some good attachments.
And LEDs.
Oh, question. That's a very good question, Thomas. Where is the chat while you play the game? Today is a bit of a different setup because we're not playing the game. But you see this table over here. Normally during a show, we would put a laptop on there, and it would be right over here. And then we would glance to the side every once in a while looking at the chat. But we don't need that today because we're not playing games, so we have the chat just on here. So yeah, so when we switch away to play the game, you rightly remembered that we won't be able to see it on there. So yep, we have a laptop. And the same laptop is used for interviews. So we hook up a capture card. I think I put it away. An extra capture card that hooks up to the laptop, and the laptop goes under the camera right on this side. And then that's what we're looking at. It actually works out really well because the camera's there, the laptop's there, and then we put a webcam on top of the laptop for them to see us over here. It's a lot, as you can imagine. There's so much stuff that goes into this. Oh yeah, there's actually
we're saving the best for last.
there's actually some
stuff we geek out on, but
yeah. This is our realm. This is the camera setup and audio setup. I think that is most of how the setup works. There's a lot more that goes into it, but this is the basic overview. We don't want to bore you too much. So let's take a look at what's on this side of things, especially this shelf. Now, this is the shelf of holding. This is where the consoles that I use for the show live. Each shelf contains 1 or 2 different consoles. And I've got them labeled here. You can see right here, Atari 7800, and that is empty because the Atari 7800 is out. I keep the console, the power supply, and also the SCART connection because everything's connected through SCART. And there's the Atari 8-bit shelf, Atari 5200 shelf, consoleized Atari Lynx shelf, Atari Jaguar, and those are the consoles that I use for the show. Continuing on, there are many more. There's an Atari VCS there. There's a ZX Spectrum 128 there. There's an Intellivision. These are all modded for RGB, like all of them.
so you can capture them.
Capture them at the highest quality. There's a Neo Geo on this shelf. Actually, it is labeled. There you go. There's a ColecoVision, also RGB modded. There is a Super Graphics PC Engine there. Very rare console. Very expensive. Only 6 games ever made for it. There's some C64 drives there. And going back up to the top, there are 2 Vectrex size. 2 Vectruses. And I actually just got these covers for them. So there's 1 and 2. 1 is modded for audio output, and buzz off is put into it, so there's no buzzing. We've used it on the show. You guys have seen it. And it's got a direct audio cable output, so I can hook it into the system, so you guys can hear buzz-free, clean Vectrex audio. Is that a window? How can you open it? Yes, it is a window. I will not open it because it might dox me, but we are on a lower floor, and that's kind of the back patio. But yeah, you can just open it with shutters. The whole house is on shutters. They're awesome. They block out light. It is so good.
What is it? Does the 5200 take up the whole shelf?
It absolutely does take up a whole shelf. All the rest is on the shelf is the 5200 controller and the power. I can't fit anything else on that shelf. Yeah, it is full. Yeah, it's a full shelf. So going up top here, let's finish off this side of the room. All my tabletop games are up here. I don't know how high of a shot you can get.
Oh, I can get that.
So yeah, you can see Frogger. There's a whole bunch, and I just bought the other day the final tabletop in this format, which is Galaxian. It's the only one I was missing, like that exact format. There's other ones like Zaxxon, which looks different. So there's a ton of them up there. I'm sure I've shown them before. Here's Donkey Kong Jr. There's like 20 up there. There's Caveman up there. Lots of really great ones up there. There you go. Ms. Pac-Man. Zackman. Donkey Kong. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if you attend PRG, you can pick one up then. Sean Kelly. I forgot to pick them up from Sean Kelly last PRG, so I ordered them in the mail. It was so dumb. So, there's many more things, surprises hidden. So let's open this up and see what's in here. So these are shelves above the TV. Whole bunch of controllers, another Intellivision, 2 Intellivision 2s. Let's see, Commodore 64, another VCS. What is this thing called? It's a NES,
I was gonna say that
super
one. That's
duper
the
NES.
only one I recognize.
And it's not even the original. It's a super duper NES. There is the Retron 77. There's an XEGS with the keyboard. There's the pedal control. There is the TurboGrafx 16 with CD attachment. There is the track and field, ready to play Muddy Funster's game.
Muddy.
MV Sports, C64 Mini, a very sought after ColecoVision Phoenix, Collector Vision Phoenix, sorry. There's a Wii in there, Retron 77 box, 2 more Intellivision 2s. Maybe I can get rid of some of those. I don't think I need all of them.
It's great though. It's good, all this stuff.
It's good to have them. I hit my head on this once and it bled profusely. And I was like, Tanya, get a photo of me with my head bleeding. She's like, no, I've got to treat you. It was so gory. I wish she took a picture, but she did not.
The risks James
just
takes.
Cut my head apart. No spiders handheld? What? They exist? Like the arcade spiders? I'm going to have to take a look at that. Wow. I wonder how well it translates. Okay, so let's go down here now. See what's under the TV. Let's move this to the side. So on the left...
Atari Cat coming to say hi.
Hi, Atari Cat. This is my level, he says. So we've got a Panasonic 3DO. Thanks, Kev. We've got a Famicom...
Dude, we gotta bust
disc
out.
system.
We gotta play the N64 sometime. That's the retro for me.
That's right.
That was
That's
my
old
first.
school.
That was my first like console I bought.
Oh wow.
I was very young. I had allowance and everything, but
Yeah, Sharp twin Famicom. Yep, very awesome, very sought after. It works. The disc works. I've loaded Zelda, I think, off of it. We've got one of the most sought after N64 smoke versions, clear smoke with matching. Oh, there's nothing back there.
yeah.
We've got 2 Atari 8-bit drives. Yep.
He said
Why 2 VCSs?
Yeah.
I was on the testing team for VCS for a bit. Didn't have much time to test it, but I did do some testing. So one is a developer VCS and one is a normal VCS. So there you go. We've got 2 Sega Master Systems there. Okay, so that's it for the left-hand side. Why is there a diskette inside the 1050? Oh, is there? Oh, there is. I didn't even know that. I didn't.
Chat.
Thank you,
You're
chat.
smarter than us.
Why is there? I don't know why, but
But it's
is one.
there.
There is one. The other one doesn't have it. Good eye. Oh my god. I own that. I didn't know that there was a disc inside there.
It's going to have to show this to my wife. This is the acceptable level of
Oh,
retro
this is
stuff.
not acceptable. It is beyond acceptable. Oh my god. We haven't even scratched the surface yet. Oh my god. Okay. So in the right-hand side, we have a ColecoVision. I think this is the non-modded one. Yeah, just a normal one. We have the 2600 add-on, so you can play 2600 games on the ColecoVision.
Atari Cat.
We've got a ColecoVision driving controller. We've got 2 of these. There's one. There's another one there. We've got SNES. We've got an NES back there. Yeah, Tanya's like, you either need to sell some of this stuff or pay for a storage container. I'm like, I choose neither.
I reject both offers.
Is there an option C? Leave as is? Yeah, I'm running out of room. Okay, so let's turn around and see what's above our heads that you guys don't get to see during the show. Sometimes I pan up, but this is where I keep all the homebrew cartridges in box usually.
I'll just do a quick pan. We'll go through the details. But
So there's the whole view. This is where I keep the cat treats as well. That's why the cats are always jumping up and clawing at them. And the bells too. Actually, they're usually on this shelf which I now have moved them onto the second shelf, which is probably a bit better. Question, does Tanya also have her room stuffed with handcrafting stuff? Yes. She has her whole room upstairs to herself, which is full of all the stuff that she needs to make, like, you know, these shot glasses and these keychains and stuff like that. Yeah, she has her whole room. So we both have our own room. Everybody's happy. I don't complain about her room. She complains about mine. Because her room is actually not as overflowing as this.
Welcome to marriage.
Yeah. So these are the awards. An example of awards for each of the years. This is the first Atari Homebrew Awards.
Did Tanya make some of them? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, there was some years where we didn't have any sponsorship for the awards, and it was getting really expensive. Where we were like, well, maybe it would be cheaper to just make it ourselves. Because I think for the first X years, we paid for the awards, and Atari Age has done the shipping for the awards for, I think, over half of the years. But in the early years, maybe they did shipping the whole time. I can't remember, but they've done shipping for most of them. But then Atari stepped in and did the shipping for the last 2 years. So there's 2018, 19, 20. Well, then we started doing third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh year. And I always get an extra one that just says my name on it, so we have an example. I didn't win an award for this. This is just my award. So each of these say ZeroPage Homebrew on them.
Just to keep them, though. It's a great keepsake.
Yeah, just so I have an example of what people's look like.
And a memory to
Yeah. And this is the award that we recently got, the whole team got, from the Atari Network, 3rd Annual Fuji Award. So that's up there as well. And this is where I keep all the giveaways that we give away on the show. Here's the bag of unnamed game tiles that have letters on them. Anyway, there's the bells that I'm not going to ring or the cats will go insane. There's Bernie. Up high, up safe. Yeah.
At first, this had a mix of Blu-rays and games.
It did.
And now it's just games.
Yeah, I got too many games. And here's the Draconian third place designing award that I got from Daryl Spice Jr. Okay, so let's go through the games now that we've looked at accessories. So the whole bottom shelf is 2600 Homebrew. I just reorganized this yesterday to some semblance. These are all the Champ game stuff. There's Audacity, there's VHZC, there's Daryl Spice Jr., and then it trails off. I stopped. I stopped caring.
Just a slow.
Yeah, you can see a whole bunch of games there. Sorry, I'm in your way.
That's okay.
Read the chat. And yeah, there's Bernie. So, and then up above, here's the 7800 games. Here's all the Activision games that I still need to play to get high scores for patches. There's EXO Special Edition. There's some Opcode 7800 games. Here's an Atari 7800 game. Pac-Man double feature. And the rest are Atari Age. They're the loose 2600 carts. These never came with boxes. These are games that just never had the box option, so I had to put them somewhere. Continuing on, I think the whole lower shelf is Atari Age, pretty much, except for some on the side. And then it gets into other companies. Some have weird size boxes that I haven't found cases for. Oh, and by the way, every single one of these is in a hard plastic case because they have dropped sometimes, and these have saved the box. Oh my goodness. I have IKEA Billy bookcases, tall and small versions. Yeah, these are all IKEA. I don't need to spend any money on them. They're not the feature. They are for holding games. They're a bit saggy though. Going up to the top shelf there, it's a bit of a mishmash. There's some Jaguar games, Jaguar. There's some Atari 8-bit games. There are some hidden Coleco games. These are all homebrew stuff. Then going over here is my Vectrex area. I have a complete North American collection of Vectrex, except for Mindstorm 2, and except for the really rare liquor-related, I can't remember, Mr. Boston, that's it. Because those are both thousands of dollars, so I will not be having those. But everything else, yeah, I have all those. A whole bunch of Vectrex Homebrew as well. European variants of some of the games that were called something different, like the soccer football variant. Yeah, and I've got the signs that you guys have seen. Here's the 2600, 7800, 5200 signs. This came about 2 years ago, I think, this sign, 2-3 years ago. Really love it. Oh my god, it really adds to the look of the show. The ZeroPage Homebrew.
Yeah, this is the first thing I noticed when we saw those old videos is not having the sign. And it adds a bit of lighting too, which is really great. Like it just, there's a little bit of like a backlight and the color of the show.
Yeah, it really brightens the show and gives it a very lively look. And then Atari 8-bit, Jaguar, a cat, and
And a printer.
a printer, a Lynx sign. No. You need to come down. Come down. There we go. And sometimes you get a glimpse of, let's switch sides here. Sometimes you get a glimpse of this printer and my bookcase, or my filing cabinet, which houses papers, including maps of games we played and instructions of games we played. Okay, continuing on. There's the old ZPH sign, ZPH. Why did I say ZPH? I'm not American. Canadian. ZPH sign up there, the 10 you made. That does light up, so we had that going for a while in behind us. But it does buzz, so it was a bit annoying. There was a buzz to it because of frequencies. I don't know.
For audio.
Not great for audio. There's no photo of me filming something in the 2000s.
On the DVX.
Yeah, on the DVX 100 power system. And going along the top here, we have a whole bunch of Game & Watches. Some really cool ones, especially the Mario Brothers one, Super Mario Brothers. And over here, the Zelda one, which is really good game. And Burger Time on the far right, that I got pretty recently. So that's where I keep all the Game & Watches. Here's the Galaga. What are these called? Where it's like insets. Somebody will know. Anyway, really nice Galaga display. Where are the non-homebrew games? They're actually not even in this room. They're under the bed, in the bedroom, in huge IKEA bins. And I think you might have seen them when we did the 2600 run-through of every single 2600 game released. We played it on the 45th anniversary of Atari 2600, I think. I might have brought some of those bins out. They're massive, massive bins.
And where will you put your future homebrew?
That's a very good question, Thomas. I don't know. This is already taking up, like, the 2600s are taking up a shelf and a half. I don't know. that's something that's going to come to a head, and things will have to go somewhere else. The house is full, like literally full. There's nowhere else to go.
What year did you start collecting games, and for what console? I started in 2008.
That's a good question. So I started collecting in around the early 90s. I'd say 90, 91, 92, somewhere around there. He has destroyed 2 of them. And we don't want to make it a third, do we? No, we don't. I need to Velcro these somehow, because he does that constantly. He's broken the 7800 and 2600. It's very naughty cat. There he is. Very naughty. And I started collecting for Intellivision, 2600, NES, ColecoVision, all at the same time. I went through Value Village at that time. I went to flea markets, and I bought every single game that I did not have a copy of already. I kept lists of it. I didn't know what was rare and what was not. I kind of had an inkling on some of them. It's like, oh, that's a different looking one, like double enders Onyx cartridges and stuff like that. But yeah, I just went through every bin once a week, Value Village for years, until resellers started going nuts. And then I gave up because they just went at 6 a.m. when I went at 2 p.m. or whatever, right? So it was pointless at that point. Then you couldn't do anything.
I saw an Ixiom box on your shelf.
Yes.
Is that a release from the KJ Man? I did artwork for some of the 8A released back in the late 2000s, including Tempest Extreme. Can't remember if you used.
I'm guessing it's this one you're referring to. It's great. Great cover art. There we go. Let's take a look at the back of that. Yeah, that looks awesome. Great game. Super fun.
Oh, so that's not it.
That's not the one? There's another Ixion? No, that's not it. You'll have to say what the... I didn't see any other one. I don't know. You'll have to tell me
No
which...
room under the couch.
No. Oh, well, there's a tiny bit of room, but not enough to do anything with. Maybe a flat poster. Oh, watch out. Let me just stuff these back under here. Yeah, there's no room under the couch. It's not high enough. The couch has been around for a while. I can see us replacing the couch at some point. There's like the cats have scratched it, but it's still working. This is actually a fold-out bed. You guys have never seen it as a fold-out bed, and it's rarely used. But we don't have. This is our second bedroom in this house, so this sometimes has to fold out to a bed. But our couch upstairs, that's a cat. Our couch upstairs also folds out, so that's what we usually do. Because it's just no room in here. But this is an emergency second bed. Closet of Doom in the background. Yeah,
we're getting there.
We're getting there. Did we miss any favorite homebrew releases other than mine and yours? Opcode.
Hard question.
That's impossible. I've been asked this in Q&As before. I cannot answer that question. What the best place to find my favorite games? We do a series on ZPH called Favorite Games, and they're not in order. They're by type of game. So we do favorite platformers, favorite shooters, and it's a collection more than a top favorite. I'd have to sit down and really go through it to really compare. And I don't really like doing favorites on the show. It's like, oh, this is my favorite, or this is bad, or this is good. I like to go like, oh, these are my favorites, rather than picking out one. Yeah. Why no
shelf above the window?
Well, there's stuff above the window. That might be a bit too much if I put a shelf above the window. And it's also dangerous because I would be like, what if it falls on my computer?
That's super
monitors.
accessible.
Yeah, it's hard to get to as well. This is already like, we live in a earthquake zone, let's say, and we will die anyway, even if there's enough things to kill us anyway. I don't need more.
Oh, this is kind of cool. This one here.
Oh, yeah, somebody sent this to me. Some Atari stock. Obviously, void and canceled and old Atari. But yeah, that's a really cool certificate. It belongs to Louis Carbone and Caroline Carbone. So whoever they are, I have your certificate of stock, but it's worthless, so it's mine now.
And then there's this.
This is for controllers that I access quite a bit. Oh, actually, there's another shelf over there we need to get to. For accessories, not necessarily controllers. There are some controllers in here, but this is like where the Quadtari lives. This is where like adapters for multiple joysticks live. This is where 5200 controllers live. Here's the Quadtari. This is where the Vectrex audio tap lives. Like just tiny accessories, like Sega Master System controller, cables. Starpath Supercharger is in here. Some rare Nintendo controllers that work on ColecoVision kind of as well. Multi-Joy 8 for multiplayer 8-bit gaming. Paddles live up here actually, and driving controllers live at the top here. Some USB controllers as well if I need to emulate on the PC for some reason. It's not working on a console and I need to use Stella or something, but I have other controllers than that, but that's like kind of a backup. So this is like
It's actually a classic controller.
yeah, it's a great controller. I love the Xbox 360
It's
controller.
the original one, isn't it?
And this is yeah, it is. Yeah. We got it when it came out. So this is a shoe holder for the back of doors. It is so good and so useful. All it does is you screw it into the door at the top. Some hang over it, but there's not enough clearance up here. I did have one that hung over and it was like metal brackets, but it looked ugly. You could see it on the other side. It kind of squished up here. I did have one before this and it was all plastic and it started sticking to things. So this is a mesh version. So I recommend getting the mesh version of it. I do have an alarm trigger on my game room door. So this house is fully integrated with Home Assistant so that when this door opens, this light goes on. This is not these big lights, but my main light. So I never have to turn on and off my light switch. I open the door, it automatically turns on. I have a motion sensor in the room as well. So if the motion sensor knows that I'm still in the room, it'll keep the light on. And as soon as it doesn't see me in the room for, I think, 5 minutes, it'll turn the light off again. And I usually keep the door closed because cats. And so when I come back in, I open the door, it automatically turns on the light. And I have like home security cameras in here. I have one that does the exact same thing on the laundry room. I open the door, light in the laundry room goes on, close the door, light goes off. So each can be programmed. It's really, really awesome. And I'm putting more and more on this, on home automation as well as time goes on. So we're redoing the whole upstairs. Every single light switch is on home automation. So I can just press one button on my phone. All the lights go on. Oh, go off upstairs. And that button is called movie time. So I can just press a button. And when we're doing gaming nights, I have lights that have different colors and they can strobe. And when I get this integrated into the alarm system, every single light in the house will go flash, flash, flash when somebody breaks in. And alarms will sound and it'll be crazy. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, now let's go over to this side, back to this side, because I completely forgot about this shelf of controllers. So I like arcade-style joysticks. So I have bought an arcade... Oh, you can keep it on there. I have bought an arcade-style joystick for every single system I own. So starting at the top, this is just a USB fighting stick, just to have it. So for computer gaming, in case I'm playing some shooters on the computer. This is a Atlassian Super Twin 7800 dual stick, both good for 2600 games, 7800 games, 8-bit games, anything that you want to use it for. This is a Vectrex arcade style joystick, all digital, of course, because yeah, and with the 4 buttons. This is 5200, a digital joystick with the buttons and also all the I think it's 5200. No, it's not. What is this? Coleco controller. My mistake. That is the Jaguar controller. It also has a spinner on the bottom there. I use it often, so you guys have seen this. There's the ZPH controller there. Not going to be able to take them all out now. You've seen that one before. This is my Neo Geo controller right there. This is my analog Vectrex controller. Much better than the original with 4 buttons. This is another ZPH controller for the 7800. I don't use this very often. I really should. It's very nice. Very heavy. This is the 5200 controller. It's got pots at the top, so you can, this is an analog or digital joystick, but the pots at the top make it into analog if you actually want to. Down there is an SNES super controller, something like that.
That is useful for the 7800 or the 7800 to SNES adapter that's used in some games nowadays, like Mousetrap. And finally, this is a ColecoVision controller. There you go. There's one with all the buttons. Very, very nice. So it's very handy to have those right beside the couch, and I could just reach over and get them. Whew, whew, whew. My Bratwurst controllers are always plugged in. There they are on the floor. Those are always attached to the 2600 unless I'm playing the 7800. And then I will switch them over. Ivory Tower Collections uses a Genesis controller. Yeah, I don't like thumb pads. I don't like D-pads very much, so that's why you won't see me playing with D-pads very often. Once in a while. Especially when you need a second button. Because some games use a second button, 2600, then I'll use the Genesis controller. Trackballs are... where are the trackballs?
You've got some, I know you do.
I must have missed them when I was down there. There is a trackball. Is it up here? There is a trackball nearby. Yes, there are trackballs. There's multiple trackballs. So don't you worry. They're probably in a box somewhere.
We've played them, though. I know we...
Oh, yeah. So that brings us to the Closet of Doom. So let's get these. Oh, these are the cat competition bid boxes.
Meanwhile, Atari's like,
Yo, bring them out. One for combat. And one for adventure. Oh, there goes the... Okay, so let's go into the closet. So, these bins right here. This is up to here, these bins. There's another row in behind. They go all the way. You want to go out? There you go. So these are 2 deep. These are 2 side by side over here. They're all full of controllers and cables for retro game systems, and accessories as well, and cables. These are not really, and some of these are full of games. Right now, this is full of my NES cartridges because I took them off the shelf. They used to be on the shelf there, but you can see this has this one has some controllers here. This is the Atari 2600 paddles and joysticks. It also has a kid's controller right there. There's a whole bunch of Sega Master System light phasers, and also the Atari XEGS light gun. More Atari 2600, 7800 controllers. Here's like GameCube. There's a whole bunch of systems there. If you look above me, actually, if you look right over here, this is pretty spiffy. I should have this hooked up somewhere, but yeah, this is the Atari Video Music, my pride and joy. I was looking for this forever, and I got it like a year ago. It works absolutely perfect. It's flawless. It's beautiful. I'm so happy to own that now. Above us, we have a 65XE box that I just need to get rid of because I don't like boxes. I hate boxes. They take up too much room. If I had infinite room, I'd probably do that. Here's the 2 Atari VCS boxes. 7800 box, Channel F box, and the system is in there as well. Super Famicom box, Master Drive, Mega Drive box, Atari 5200 box, a sewing box. An old Pong and light gun game that I thought, I might as well get a Gen 1 video game system. There's some more stuff buried up there that I can't get access to right now because I'd have to tear it apart. But let's open up the... Oh, and these are my marquees that are going to be going upstairs somewhere. I've showed them on the show as I got them. There's the Galaga one. Here is Scramble one. These are ones that I've got where I thought I either like the game or they look awesome and I like the game. Let's see if there's any more accessible. No, not more accessible, but I've shown them on the show, so you guys don't need to see them again. So let's move these out of the way and open up and see what's in these magic closets of doom. Oh my goodness. Might as well open both of them up. So let's start. Ow. Oh no. What fell on me?
Oh, it's a box.
Oh, yeah. See? That's why I need to get rid of this box. It's attacking me.
It's a sign.
There's an Xbox drive. There's a bunch of on-location broadcast equipment. You might remember this from PRGE. I put that on the microphone. There's some extra awards. Doubles. Boxes for various accessories. There's my sash from that has a whole bunch of Activision patches that I've earned, and various other patches. There's the golden spanner. Here's bags and boxes for video game boxes, so I can keep them nice. Here's a 5200 power supply, the one that goes zap. There's some records down there, because I do have a small collection of vinyl. Oh, I'll switch over to this one. Here is a Dreamcast. Very cool system. Star Raiders box. An Atari 5200. Here's a whole bunch of Nintendo Game Boy accessories, games, Game Boy systems. There you go. Very cool one. I have like 3 of these. Yeah, I have entirely too much crap. It's somehow all contained within this room. Various stuff like a Vectrex light pen on this shelf. Little stands for holding up games. Power supplies, chargers. Look at that. VectorLink wired Vectrex joystick adapter. Oh my god. So much stuff I just buy over the years because I know that if I don't buy it, it will disappear and never come back, and 10 times the price it'll be available for if you can find it. So I always try and buy stuff immediately as soon as it appears somewhere. Here's the first game I ever bought for the Commodore 64. It was actually co-purchased with Darcy back in the 80s. It's a text adventure game by Infocom. Very hard. There's a GameCube. Here is, let's see if I can put this over here, my Mint Microvision handheld. Very, very cool. And a game for it as well. Star Trek Phaser Strike. A Game Genie. Famicom mini disc system holder. Complete with games. A bunch of SNESs. I can take this out. Nope. This is a TurboGrafx case. Another N64 Smoke Gray. Retro Duo. Oh, AVS. That's what it was called. That's that thing that was up there. That's the NES AVS. Very, very cool system. GameCube carry bag. The Commodore 64 drive. Coleco rollerball. Yet another Coleco. Bunch of 7 inches in a box there. I think that's it for this area. Oh yeah, and 2 1702 monitors at the bottom there. There's one there, and there's one in behind as well, holding up all this stuff. There you go, proof. And I brought these to PRGE 2 years ago to help out with the vast number of systems that Al wanted to put on display. I think we're done in this hot closet. There we go. There we go. I think we're done with the room tour. Let's see. Which model? Channel F. That's a good question. I think it's Model 2. I think it's not the first one. It's the second one. Atari video music. Mine is connected to our stereo. I should do that when we redo the upstairs. Closet in a Closet. Incredible. The console collection with so many games and controllers takes a lot of space, but I really enjoyed the collection. For me, it's like a gateway to fun. Yeah, okay. And then in the bedroom, there are massive bins, really low, wide bins, like 1 cartridge high. And there's like 4 of them filled with 2600 games, Intellivision games, Coleco games, and a various assortment of other games, hundreds and hundreds of classic games. So I keep this room pretty much for homebrew stuff, and under the bed is for the stuff that I don't access all the time. Anything else? I think I checked all there. No boxes? Unbox your games. No, I'm not getting rid of all those boxes. Those are really nice for display. Yeah. So I think we're done that portion of the tour. So let's get back sitting down again. And we can switch back to the regular cameras. There we go. Put this on the floor. And I'll switch back to the regular cat cam. So hopefully you enjoyed that. That is, that's why I didn't want to do it. Because it's so much work just to go through everything.
Oh, yeah, and you can shuffle over.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's go through some stuff that happens on the show. How does this show work? Mm-hmm. How does it come together? And you can ask questions about that.
Yeah, anything. This is definitely the time, because it's just a chatting show today.
Yeah.
Like,
Question is the 2600.
thanks to the camera guy. Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah, big props to that guy. No Pong. No, I do have a Pong.
Sorry, a little bit shaky at times, but did my best.
There is a first generation console up there. Obviously, no cartridges. That had a phaser and paddle controller. So I do have. That's probably the oldest. It would be pre-Channel F, but yeah, Channel F came out before the 2600, and the Gen 1 probably came out before the 2600. I'd have to look up that one, but Channel F, I'll stay with Channel F.
Thrust says no Pong.
Yeah, that has Pong. That one does have Pong. You said it was a Model 2, the better one with yes, this has removable controllers. It is Model 2. Sound to the RF, and I do believe it had better sound. Yeah, I do want to mod my Channel F so that I can play it, because I do have a bunch of Channel F Homebrew, actually. So eventually you guys will see Channel F Homebrew. And I do have like a multi-cart. I have a lot of actually Channel F Homebrew, which is also in that closet. There's so much, like there's layers and layers deep, but I can't dig it all out.
Yeah, especially the boxes have tons.
Oh my God.
You could tell it's...
Maybe one day we'll go through all the boxes.
I think it's extraordinary how much is in one room. I mean, that's what's awe-inspiring. But the organization, especially the cables and everything, and you have to be with this kind of stuff. Like,
everything's categorized in those boxes, because it's like, oh, this box has just 2600 stuff. This has just GameCube stuff. Yeah.
And all the cables, all the controllers.
Yeah, yes, it's a lot. Yeah, there's actually another part of the closet that's not relevant to gaming that has all of the cabling, like HDMI, RCA, USB, all in their separate drawers. Whole bunch of filming stuff. Like,
yeah, man, like
oodles. Oh
now that I'm upgrading all my stuff, really everything's coming down to USB-Cs and HDMIs, right? But when you're dealing with analog formats, then just the amount of cabling that's needed, and that's important for the purposes of your show to be able to do all this stuff.
Oh,
and I know I've mentioned it a few times, but the capture device is the king of this. Being able to somehow get everything through into here, I mean, that's a whole other layer of challenges. And
yeah, because with digital, it's just like HDMI, done.
USB-C,
Thunderbolt,
whatever, you know.
Nope,
and you're dealing with a digital-to-digital signal, but you're actually...
no loss, except for like frame rate and the speed of your computer to be able to handle how many frames per second.
And it's functionally the same communication. It's like you think about something electronic to digital, that conversion is very real. And it's also interesting, too, to think of like, they deserve...
Yeah, they've been patient. Let's get the cats. A little bit of banging.
Sorry.
Hasn't been too bad.
Not too bad.
actually.
Now we got a little construction. Great time for some treats, and they just deserve some treats.
Yeah, they've been pretty good. I don't know.
I don't know about Atari, but
Yeah, Sid's
you
been
know.
relatively good. Sid doesn't like
Yo,
those treats.
Kev.
Hey, Kev. Hi. Which console was the only 2 games? It was the it was this one. PC Engine Super Graphics System, and also I didn't talk about this, but I have a multi-cart for every single system, including the Neo Geo.
It's required.
Yeah, because I want to be able to play homebrew games for any system. I've got it for literally every system. I've picked up. I think every year I bought a Crix multi-cart every year because they're usually the top quality multi-cart. So yeah, I've got a Turbo EverDrive on this one.
Something I really respect that you made from early on as a commitment is to always. Oh, did we lose signal?
It's because static.
Oh,
Static cuts out the camera for some reason.
That's what
It used to be the consoles, but now it's the camera.
weird.
I don't know.
What I was gonna say is that like a commitment you made since day one is to try to always play on the console.
Yes.
It would make your life a million times easier if you just emulated everything. Like
Yeah.
it would like in terms of like the
much
Twitch format of just then your PC is playing the game and you're streaming the screen. Like it's be so much simpler. But it also, I think the spirit of it is to have these multi-carts to be actually playing on the real console, trying to have a controller that is
a
close
good
to,
controller.
you know.
I don't like using the original controllers because they're mostly trash, but especially 5200. But I do have a full working set of 5200 controllers. I still have. I repair all the old controllers too. Like even though I hate them, I have full set working 7800 controller, 4 5200. I have like 5 or 6 of them actually because I just repaired them like half a year ago. But yeah, I want to make sure it's authentic as it can be. Obviously, I've upgraded the video output, etc., etc.
It's also been maybe not as much these days, but in the early days, game changing for testing because it would often be some of the old first times some of these people would see what it's like playing through a console. Because what happens in an emulator, there's a few times we would like be playing a game and the person would be like, I never saw that, but you only played it through an emulator. The first time you plug in a multi-card, actually plug it into a TV and hit play and try to play the game.
I think that's part of the charm and I really wanted to have that authenticity when starting up the show. Like I talked about with Darcy and I upgraded the 2600 for the first time. Nathan Strum fixed that.
Yeah.
By the way, hi Nathan. When it went bad, he has a whole series on fixing a whole blog on fixing my system.
But your life would be so much easier from a tech point of view if you just emulated.
And a lot of streamers do. They just emulate it. A lot of
there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know what?
No.
It's hard to do, but I think
It is
that's
hard to do.
But you can see like that's also part of the showing off all of James's collection is that it requires that to pull all these pieces together. You know, it's not. But I think it creates the experience of what it really would be.
Yeah.
And also keeps keeps us. There's something too about like you can see the real console that this would be played on.
Yep. Playing a new game in a console that literally came out like 50 years ago. It's something special.
It's a little detail, but I think it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. So a typical day for ZPH. Well,
Erlen shows up.
Erlen shows up, doesn't know what's going on, plays the game,
goes home.
Authentic means CRT. Well, yes.
Yeah.
But
that would be the true.
I don't feel like pointing a camera at a CRT.
That's it.
I have done that for light games. Actually, sorry. I point the gun at the light game and then I capture the non CRT. But I've done that for Vectrex.
But it's tough because no matter what, you're getting a digital signal you're going to be seeing the. Yeah. But where Thrust brings up a great point is pixels and sprites play so differently through analog than digital. There is actually a purist and there is a great argument that like you're not experiencing these games were designed to have that blur that happens, and so the digital signal is almost a different medium and format.
100% it is. And people in the beginning were like, oh, it looked too crisp or whatever, and they didn't like it, and it's like, this isn't authentic. It's like, well, even capturing it, a CRT with a camera wouldn't be authentic. You'd have to see it with your eyes because of the phosphor die-off and the frame length of capture.
And you see it, and there would be a camera that you would now be the signal that you're seeing.
Yeah. So authenticity is impossible, but I'm trying to keep some of the authenticity with having the actual console.
Color blending of CRT is still cool today, 100%.
It is.
Yeah,
and,
you know.
And it plays a factor in some games, but
that's it's that interesting trade-off. But I think
it's a trade-off.
But also, like, trying to show it in the highest quality is really lovely to be able to see the HD side of things.
Because I've seen some people like literally film their TV, and it's like it's a bit hard to see, and it's blurry, and it's overblown on some parts, and they don't have a good enough camera to do it. So I'm trying to find that balance between authenticity and quality, and I think I've struck it for my own purpose anyway. Because
and I think that's a decision that's made the show unique in that regard. It's sort of like it's the thing we do is like try to be as authentic but give you the best quality possible.
So I live, eat, and breathe ZPH. Like, this is my job, unpaid job.
It started more as a hobby. Like if we looked at 2018 and where your life was at, and I think the pandemic kind of
kicked into high gear there.
Well, well, just because of the way. But I feel like it was a slow transition. Now it is, you know.
Yeah, it's my full-time thing. Because I was working on films and stuff.
You're editing.
Back before, editing stuff.
Producing.
I'm done with that. It was too much of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you had projects in development and these kinds of things.
Tons and tons. And I was working with Erlen, working with some other people, and making films. And I got one on a streaming platform, and, you know, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
I like trying to aim for the top, and if I get there, I'm happy.
I also think too that like developing a film or a TV show or a movie, the challenge with it is you put in all of this work and it may or may not come to be. You get to the end of the line, you're like, hey, here's this 2 years of my life distilled down to an hour and a half, versus you have something like the show. It's like
keeps going.
You're preparing something. I come in we do a 2-3 hour experience,
it's quick.
And it's done. And there's something satisfying about like we can come in and do our thing. We don't have bosses that are like you don't have notes. You don't have
there's no budgetary constraints. You're not cutting corners. You can do what you want.
And you get experience at it.
2-3 years for somebody to go and then just move on to the next piece of media.
And I think it's just natural that like you had all these projects going, and meanwhile this is consistently happening. It's real. It's being broadcast. It's being done. And like
will you stop doing ZPH now that you got the Lifetime Achievement Award? Yes, it's over.
It's over. That's
peak
done.
achievement. No. That was awesome getting that.
Oh yeah. But no, it's
Nope. I love doing it.
But
I love doing it.
But you're basically
there's more games to play in the future when they come out.
You're broadcasting and shooting a show 2-3 times a week, right?
Yeah.
Rather than waiting 2 years to maybe make a film.
Yeah. So what do I do in a day? So this is besides doing the show. Let's just do the daily thing that I do every day. So I every day I sit down on the computer. And I go through my messages, either email, or social media, Atari Age forum messages. I answer them back as quickly as I can. Some take some research to do or whatever. I go through the forums for new titles, new games, or updates to games. I update the list for all the 6 different lists that I maintain for all the Atari systems. Outside of that, then I go to social media and look for any updates in terms of videos, people talking about new Atari games. Take note of those, be cognizant of those. If there is a video, I'll link to that. If there's a download, maybe that's not on Atari Age, I will get that. I keep a cat. Do you mind?
Come on, buddy.
Every 10 seconds.
We're trying to film a show.
Very disruptive. We might have to.
This is the 8th anniversary.
That's right. It's a big deal. Stop being disruptive. He's like, I want to be the center of attention.
Oh, that's great.
So if there's a link to a download or a link to a video, I'll take note of that. Put that on the list. It's like, video update for this. So I keep those updated once every 1 or 2 days because it's a bit much doing it every day.
Yeah.
So I try and do it every second day, at worst every third day, but sometimes it throws me off a bit. And I play every single homebrew.
Yeah.
That I may only play for a couple seconds to kind of get a gauge of it. It's like, oh, because I want to know, is this a good game for the show? Does it have more than 10 seconds of gameplay?
Yeah.
Like if it's just a simple shoot the things that are on the screen, repeat forever, and they get faster. That's not like we've seen a billion of those.
Yeah, we're good at stretching, but there's only so much
There's a
you can.
limit.
You know, we can take a 10 seconds of gameplay and turn that into 15 minutes, but
Yeah.
like
Ooh, it's
that's not what we're here for. you
Yeah,
know?
so I want to find something. If there's something unique in that game, it's like, oh, I've never seen that before in a game. Then maybe I'll highlight it, even though the gameplay is a little simple. It's like, look at what they've done here. I've never seen this in a game, because then there's something to talk about. But if it's like there's nothing to talk about, I'll catalog that. I'll put it in the list. Sometimes I do like, here's a big roundup of some small games, and I'll do that sometimes. So I'll keep track of those, and I'll add them to my show list sometimes. I'll be like, okay, this is good for this show, and I group them by well, this is getting into the show, but I group them by like types of games: 2600, 7800 games, 5200, 8-bit, etc., etc. Then let's see. Yeah, that's about it for that. Yeah, like I say, play every game.
Also thinking about who would be good to play the games with as well. Like thinking about
Very
like
smart.
your co-hosts.
Yeah, so let's get into prepping for the show. I do very consciously think about the co-hosts. Darcy and Erilyn are Fridays. Tanya's on Tuesdays. They all have their strengths and weaknesses.
That's right.
In certain games, and there's games they're better at, games they like, and obviously I want to cater to that because they're going to be more excited about the games. So I kind of plan both of those. I have like the type of system, and I have the type of games that they like to play. I'm fine with any game.
Yeah.
But if it's like a pure puzzle game, it's going to go to Tanya. She loves puzzle games. If it's a strategy game, it's going to go to Erilyn. He's like, stats and stuff like that. He's all about that. Darcy's good for anything. So that's a pretty good free for all.
Yeah.
He's a catch-all, so that's really great. I'm a catch-all as well. I'm down for any kind of game.
And there's timing too that just works out. Like if a game's released and like happens to be there's
sometimes I just gotta get on it. James never played any of the Vittorini games. There were 40 this year we had to sort out. Yeah, those kind of fall under the not much gameplay going on. Some that just don't make it on the show because there's so many games that come out a year. Some are not going to make it. I'm not going to play every single game because I can't. When did you start beta testing games? I think that was pretty early on. I don't really know, but it was very early on because people saw that I had the setups. And a big advantage of having this setup is I can press 3 buttons, power, load the game on, start recording. I can send the developers a video of it actually playing on actual hardware. And it's massive for them.
and then can have a conversation with you about it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I found this bug, and my system there currently, it's going to be upgraded soon, has some issues, and that's actually good that it has issues because it's going to emulate other people with issues that are going to be the same. Like there's some color timing issues that's going to go away because that's an RGB upgraded, and that's part of the RGB problem. But anyway, I've tested games pretty much the whole time, done beta testing. At any given time, I'm beta testing like 5 to 10 games for various developers. Some are like intense and like, oh, here's new build like every day. Like beta testing for some like Atari titles. They're pretty quick turnaround because they're like, oh, we got to get this game done. Champ Games, they've got their own internal testing team, but sometimes I test their games. I test for a lot of people.
And it's it's just like a natural thing where like getting you to test a game, it puts it on your radar. So for developers, it's a smart strategy.
And I'm okay at games too. That helps. I'm not terrible. I'm not S. Ramirez.
Yeah.
But I'm like somewhere in between, and it varies what type of game.
That's a good demographic. It's really
Yes.
hard, like in game development. Do you make the game for that curve? Like every population distributes equally. It's like if you can't just make your game for the 1% experts, and you
Yes.
can't just make your game for the 1% beginners. How do you find something that distributes, and where do you want to land in that sort of range of stuff?
And even better, make it easy, medium, hard, so that you can cater to all the people. Like I'm like low to medium sometimes, depending, but I would say solidly medium. S. Ramirez is like way up,
Yeah, I'd say like thrusts are right.
Probably above
I'd say
average,
you're
yes.
you're above average,
depending on the game.
I'm probably
shooters
more-
and platformers, definitely above.
I'm
average.
probably more average or below average depending on a game.
Yeah.
You know, like with my skill set, some stuff I'm good at, but yeah.
Strategy comes into it, like some RPG games, and you've got stats and stuff, and some game balancing that happens.
If I
you know that stuff because that's what you play all day.
yeah, mechanical stuff too, like jumping and like all that stuff I'm not very great at. So I'm a decent one to look at. But no, it's
Yeah.
like, you know, that's the nice thing about testing is, you know, you're not just looking at someone who is like the
Yeah.
world class.
Yeah, because that's gonna throw you off. It's like, oh, it's too easy. It's like, is it? Is it too easy?
We've definitely played those games where you're like, yo, this is inaccessible, how hard this
Yeah.
is immediately.
But the funny thing is, like Thomas says, I almost stopped playing when I started developing. So outside of the show, and outside of beta testing, and outside of like playing a little snippet of each game, I don't play video games very much.
Makes sense, man.
Because
you're-
I'm playing them all the time live for you guys. And I get my fill. So usually when you see me playing a game on the show, that's usually, if I haven't beta tested, it's usually the first time that I put any kind of time into it. So you're kind of seeing it pretty fresh, which is actually nice for the devs, because you can see how hard it is for a beginner who doesn't read the manual usually.
and good for the show.
Yeah, and it's good for the show, yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
I only play my own games for testing.
I used to always sort of say, and I do still say, like, narratively, there's something amazing about firsts and lasts. The first time something happens and the last time something happens. And so capturing that first time, that first moment,
Yeah,
it's also
very special, yeah.
It's why, like, probably, like, it's great for the co-host to come in not knowing, because that you get to see us
huge
for the
advantage.
first time, like that's narratively potent.
Yeah,
versus when you see someone, oh, this is the 12th time I've done something. It's like, it's not. Is that special? This is the last time I can play something. Oh my god,
and
that's
that's a
special.
different type of stream where somebody's an expert, like speed runners and like FPS players, like they're experts, and that's a different experience, and there's definitely a lot of room for them.
And that's typically, I think, in the space of gaming, like they'll be catering to that audience who plays that
Yes.
game. That's a one game
People are
streamer.
looking for tips. People are looking for like strats. People
we
are
want
looking for like
we want the
entertainment.
encyclopedia on this, and there's, you know, and that's where you need a modern game that's very robust and has a lot of going on with it.
So let's talk about the co-hosts.
Yeah.
So there's 3 co-hosts, and the funny thing is, and I've said this on the show, they come in not knowing anything about what's going to happen on the show. Usually, obviously this show's different. I told Erin,
Yeah,
hey, we're going to be looking at the room and talking.
And I
stuff.
think maybe 5 times you've been, hey, you need to do some homework.
Yeah.
And that is because a developer is going to be on the show, and
You don't-
like, and you should, I don't play the game because I don't actually, like, I don't have the emulators,
Yeah.
but it's like you should watch a video of someone so you just understand on a
that does that.
basic level. If it's a complex game and we literally have the person there, that's
Yeah.
that's the, and I think that's only happened maybe half a dozen times in the whole time of the
Yeah,
show.
it's pretty rare, and I do it on purpose because I don't want them. I want them to come in fresh, as a new player that doesn't know anything about the game, because that's a representation of the person picking up the game from, you know, a convention or off a store page. And they're like, I don't know, it looks pretty good. The screenshots look good. I've watched a little bit of video on it. And so that's a representation. So you've got me who's played it probably a bunch, if I beta tested it, or played it at least a little bit and have an understanding of the game. And then somebody that's absolutely fresh, no knowledge of what's going on. And I have to explain to them what's happening on the screen, which is also good for me, good for them, and good for the viewers. Because if you just tuned into somebody who plays the same game every day, you will get an explanation of what's going on.
No.
You're like confused. But with this show, you'll be educated about the game, the background of the game, everything like that. So let's get into research of the game. So I pick out the games from, just doing the research and adding to them to the lists, and I form the list of games. Then I do research. It's like, okay, when did this game first appear to anyone? Maybe I'm doing a world premiere. We'll talk about that after. Who developed it? Who co-developed it? Who worked on this? How big is the game? What platform is it for? What did they say when they announced the game? Get the instructions, get all the information for the game, put it in my show notes, which I showed you guys earlier about what we're going to talk about, and get prepped for the show. So I have to do that. And I usually do that the day before because I want the most up to date, because they may have posted something new about the game, posted a new version. And I'll often even do, for new versions, I'll look on the same day. It's like, oh, did they post something brand new today? A bug fix? I want to be right up to date.
Absolutely.
And we talked about this just the other day, that people have fixed. Oh, it was an After Dark with Tanya. We did an After Dark a couple days ago.
You can't stop.
We're not really officially back yet. Monday coming up is the first actual show back, because we're not playing games today. This is a bonus show.
It's like the DVD extras.
Yeah, it is. This is like the in-depth Q&A behind the scenes.
It truly
stuff.
is. Like you click through the menu and you're like, oh, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Fresh is good for some games. Some games which are more complex will benefit from preparation. And I try and do preparation for like strategy games, because it's a disaster if I don't.
Yeah.
And I've learned it is. And sometimes I mess up and I'm
also,
I'm in the deep end here.
But also we'll actually pull out the manual and we'll read it and we'll try to figure it out, which is fun to do.
Yeah.
And they mentioned one of the all-time best moments is James's reaction to Champ Games.
That was the best one. The one with the secret code. He's done that. He doesn't really do it. He does it with the secret games. He puts some code, so I can't crack it and look at it before I have him on the show. Have John Champeau. And we're doing another secret game later this month. So he's going to put another code on it. He's gotten them simpler now because they were so complex.
Yeah,
We're
and we're not trying
10 minutes on the code.
And we're not trying to crack it. That's the other thing too. We're not like here trying to. That's not the goal.
So where was I on the show? I was researching. Then I choose the order. The order's important.
Critical.
Usually I put the big flashy game, the exciting one that everybody's maybe talking about, up front. And I put the game, but not always. Sometimes I put that game at the end, especially if it's a long game. All the long games that take an unknown amount of time, I put at the end so that we can play it as long as necessary.
Yeah, because there just is that thing when you have a couple games afterwards.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there, you're like, oh.
I got to get to the next game.
Versus you can just settle into the end of the show. It's a different energy.
So if it's a short game, if it's a game that I know we're going to get somewhere enough, I'll put those at the beginning. Longer game at the end. So there is a method to the madness of the order of the game. Giving away secrets here. But you probably figured it out. So that is kind of the order I put them in. It's very strategic. Obviously, I put world premieres up front. Those are very important. People have trusted me to show off their game. And for world premieres, obviously, I talk with the developer. Either they come to me and say, hey, do you want to do a world premiere of my game? Or I go to them, hey, that game looks really good. Hey, would you mind me? Because they posted like a screenshot or a video of it. I would love to do world premiere of your game because it looks like we can go in depth with it. This is really an exciting looking game. Do you group games for a show due to that day's host? 100%. We cater to their strengths or interests as well. So we do definitely group games for the co-host that's going to be there. And we do four people days as well,
That's
like
right.
at least once a year.
And then for the competitions or the
Yes.
Atari Homebrew Awards.
Yeah,
You know,
we're all here
they
for special shows.
yeah. Oh, but I mean, like, that's where sometimes the decisions will just be like, well, this is the game that you were competing for the high score, so that's what we're playing. Or like, this,
yeah.
or we're doing like all of the nominated games that are
Yes.
in this category. It's
Then
like
it's out the
that we
window.
just we're
Whoever's
just,
there is there.
we're just doing it.
Yeah. And after darks are usually like literally at night when just Tanya's here. So that's
Those are fun, you know.
Yeah.
It's on a different channel. It took me a minute to figure that out. I was like,
yeah, I've separated it out because they were kind of mixing in. They don't get as many views. So now there's an After Dark channel.
which I think is smart.
I think so too, because if people want to see them, not as many people did.
It's more
just-
relaxed. It's a different.
Yeah. What was Erlen's best moment? Ooh.
I don't know about that. Yeah, you tell us. I'm trying to remember.
Well, what was the most? This question always gets me because I just did an interview with a channel.
Yeah.
And they always ask that. What was the most exciting moment? What's the most moment that stands out to you? And I went to the Galagon one that S. Ramirez said beforehand.
Yeah.
What's one that? Can you think of one? Because they're all.
That's a good
That's
question.
tough because it's 8 years. There's so many shows. Something that either excited you, you did better than you thought you would on it, or something is unexpected, something that you liked more than you thought you would.
When Atari won for the first time.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah, that's a good one.
That's a really, really good one.
Yeah, Atari would never win with Erlen here, and he finally did at one point.
Yeah. I feel like
cat
my best moments are like
You can
happen.
generalize it, yeah.
Well, I just feel like they happen when like we're getting to the end of the show. James is taking over the controller. We're in the grind, and I'm just bullshitting about something that's on. But it's filler, but it feels like this. Like that's always, I think, some of the nicest moments where it's like we're getting. Also, I feel like some of my best moments are just about the bits I can come up with, like just the like the whips and the you know, the little
sayings
catchphrases that like
last a little bit.
you know, all that stuff of like and me coming up with new ones and trying to make them happen, you know, not like this and like
Yes.
you know, these. I love that stuff so much. I do
That's a
that
lot of fun.
I do that all the time with my friends as well, and I'll try to kind of
Catchphrases.
well, my goal is like it. I don't know what it is, but it gives me so much joy if I can say something in a weird way, and eventually someone says it. I've
accomplished.
incepted them. I've gone in and I've
you can
like
retire that
and,
word.
and then and so it's like a personal quest of
infected
mine.
them.
Yeah, and like and if they do it unexpectedly, so I'll intentionally mispronounce things. I'll try to find all that. So I feel like some of my best moments is the births of those different ones, and when they happen organically. Like I think I said whip at one point, and I was like, okay, now that is that is staying.
That's a good one.
Because I didn't realize that like. If I can find a weird way of saying something that comes up constantly, because work in
Yes.
progress,
All the time.
WIP, it doesn't have this like. It's actually awkward to say.
WIP, yeah.
Yeah,
Whip.
this is
And whip works. Great.
you know, whip. It just had all of a sudden
Add the Family Guy twist in there.
whip. And I just love, and I would love. It delights me to think that like I've said that, and maybe like you see that, and now you think it, and
Yes. Oh, I think
Jollum
it
is
every
kicking
time now.
around. You know.
Oh my god.
So I think those are my best moments if I can find a good audio bit and make it part of something. You know.
And I love having 3 different co-hosts because the topics are different, the discussions are different, the way we play the games are different. So it gives a good variety to the show because the way we talk about things and do things with Erlen is different than Darcy and different than Tanya. Completely different dynamic.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it comes off for people out there, but you know, I love that variety. It's a
different
really
world,
great.
really. Like it's like, you know.
Yeah, it would be cool to have Erlen and Darcy attend PRG
I'd love
as well.
to come. You know?
Yeah, I think I almost got Darcy down one year, but yeah, it would be great to have the whole
it'd be
crew down one
so
year.
much fun to go.
We'll see how the atmosphere is going forward.
Yeah, I think like I could imagine in a couple years
Yeah.
could be a great
Could
time.
be a
But
good time.
we'll assess it next year and see. Like a lot of stuff changes. Someone asked a question earlier in the chat,
okay.
which was
Yeah.
kind of interesting. Which what was it? It was like if you did something other than homebrew, would you expand the show? Something along those lines. I just want to get the question because it was an interesting
was
one.
it too far back?
Not too bad. Where was it?
If you started branching out from Atari Homebrew, would that mean expanding the award show?
Oh yeah,
well,
that was.
that's kind of 2 questions. First part is we don't just do Atari Homebrew. We have on occasion done ColecoVision,
That's right.
Intellivision, and Vectrex. Don't think we've gone beyond that because I like to stick to the classic, like second gen, third gen, second gen consoles. So yeah, expanding the award show. Who knows?
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see. It is.
But there's
It's
definitely
getting a name
like,
change next year, so
there
we'll
is
see.
a lane for the show. It's retro.
Yes,
it has
it's very specific.
it's new games for retro worlds. You know, like
Yeah. New
that's,
games, retro consoles. It's very specific.
and there's fringes of that. But I think it's like that's what you do on this show.
I mean, obviously, ZeroPage is 8-bit. That's what we do. We do 8-bit, but we do Lynx. Actually, Lynx I think is still 8-bit, but we do Jaguar, and we have in the award show Atari ST stuff as well. But mostly it's 8-bit with ZeroPage, and Homebrew, which some people don't like that term, but I like the term. And it just means new games for old consoles made by one person or a team of people, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what we're kind of sticking to. I love Atari consoles. Actually, we played C64 as well.
Yeah.
I love Atari consoles. It's a great community. It's very vibrant. It's one of the biggest communities for new games. So I really, really enjoy that. I mean, Coleco and Intellivision have a pretty good one as well. Every time I fire up my Vectrex, it puts a smile on my face. Me too. Maybe Darcy or Tanya and Erlen should do a show on their own. Like I said before, they just show up.
Yeah, well, James does I think the reality, you can see from the beginning of the show, the level of like tech work that needs to go to make this stream work.
It would be so much work to teach them how everything works that it's not worth it. It's like, I might as well be here and do it.
Yeah, and then it's like, but I think you're the heart of the show. You know,
because I have to do the research. I know the backgrounds. I know what's going on with the games.
Yeah, but it's a cool suggestion, you know, and me personally, like running stuff on my own, I think I'd be more interested in doing because I have a lot of interests outside of retro gaming. If I did something on my own, I'd want to do something that I don't get to do on the show, you know. And then I don't think it would fit under the ZPH world. It would be something else, you know?
Yeah. No, when I go to Vancouver and stay over at James and Tanya's. Oh, that they show up? I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, sure. Come on the show when you're in town. Let's see. Please fill me in what's undergoing a name change. Oh, the awards.
James could do the production stuff only.
Oh,
I mean that's an interesting idea of having having me and Darcy try to fumble through a show together, you know, or
it's different. I think it would be quite interesting because there's a format and I'm used to the format and I don't know. Where do you see the Atari era homebrew scene in 5 years? I would say exactly where it is. I don't think it has changed much in 5 years. It's gotten bigger.
That, you know,
it's like a lot bigger in terms of distributors. Like there's a whole bunch of new distributors.
This shit's with Atari, you know.
Yeah, like there's Atari, there's Audacity, there's 9-bit robot / opcode. There's a lot more. There's Champ Games. Those didn't exist 5 years ago. None of them. Well, on the edge for Audacity, but let's just say, 5-6 years ago. So it has expanded quite a bit and boxed number of games that have come out a lot more. So I think I don't know when it's going to hit its peak, but I can see it still maintaining this level or going up maybe a bit more.
Now 15 years, 50 years, that's a different.
50, it's gone.
You know.
Like we're all dead. Nobody cares. It's all gone.
Yeah,
there's going to be a couple people who are like, oh, that's kind of cool. My grandfather used that system.
I also think the challenge is that what will become retro will be so complicated to program for.
Yeah.
That there isn't. I think there isn't this level of it's hard to program, but there's a simple games can be produced. You know, like trying to create a game for
and there's still like retro consoles like the Pico 8 is like a retro fake console. There's people making retro looking games.
I was scaring you the other day. Like the PS2 is a retro console. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Because
it's like two generations usually. Two to 3 generations, which is 6 years a generation, 5-6 years, so 10 to 15 years is a range. Like PS2 is solidly retro.
Yeah, that's and that's
Solidly.
and then you imagine programming a game for the PS2 it's a totally different universe of challenges.
The problem is that once it gets to that level, not a lot of independent game developers can make those games because it's so much work.
Even just an optical drive and like a
Yeah, I mean they've got hard drives they can hack and load things off
those
of,
ways.
but there's kind of a hard limit as it gets higher and higher. Like Neo Geo developers, their games cost $300 to buy because it's just so much work and the hardware's so hard to make. It's like 16-bit is kind of pushing the envelope for independent game makers. It gets really, really tough. So this era of stuff's really nice to make games for because you can do it with one person.
Yeah.
So, but the future, I have no idea.
Yeah. Anything in the 2000s is still too new to think of retro.
Yeah,
it's true. I mean,
it's our brains thinking that way. The
No.
retro kind of sits in a frozen animation for us.
Yeah, because you like
It's like what was new when we were kids.
Yeah,
that's the retro.
My dad showed my little sister like the new D&D movie, and she loved it. She was like, "This is great." And then he showed her the Lord of the Rings, and she's like, "Dad, like, how come this isn't like the D&D movie where they've got these different shots?" And she's like, for her, the D&D movie is like, that's the movie. And she's like, Gandalf and Saruman are fighting. She's like, these old guys are fighting. And my dad's like, but this is Gandalf the Grey. And so, but it's like, it's crazy how quickly like new generations something,
they're used to certain types of games, certain looks, certain feelings, and movies really reflect that. But games also as well. It's like, this isn't 3D, no good.
Yeah, like if my little sister, I show her like an older game, she just sees it differently. That it's interesting. Generations, it all changes. But no, I'm like, I'm teasing you guys. Like the PS2 in 2000s is I'd say much newer. Like the retro scene that we sit in is accurate. Like everything James has showed, I think sits in a very different world.
Yeah. Okay, so prep for the show again. So I prepped the show notes for the games. I also look for news that's, of this stuff that I talk about. New hardware, new technology for cartridges, distributor news, things like that. I try and talk about that. New game releases in terms of new tech. That's kind of the news. Anything related to developers, that's interesting. Also development tools I usually touch on for the news. And I do unboxing as well. There's one for Monday right over there, because this isn't a real show. This is a fake show.
This is behind the scenes.
And I talk with the devs too of the games that I'm going to show, especially games that I need more information for, or maybe it's just a demo version they posted and I'd like to play the full version to show what the bigger game is, because maybe they don't want to post it. It's going to cartridge, things like that. Deep retro. This is deep retro. Doom, doom, doom.
That's
doom,
right.
Doom, doom, doom. That's a funny term. I have to make sure all the equipment is working. I used to test the games out more than I do now. I think developers have gotten better at testing their own games on systems. It was the Wild West when I first started doing this show. Scanline counts were nowhere to be seen. They're all over the board. Things were jumping around. Devs didn't really test their games. They just tested in the emulator, which smooths everything out. So now I used to have to test the games all the time. Now I just go in blind.
And see.
I'm usually just fine. I just fire it up in the emulator. If it works, it's fine. Sometimes I get badly surprised. I'm like, oh no. Even this show become retro.
It's so true. Everything will become retro.
Retro show doing retro games.
That's the way of the world.
So I also have to prepare graphics for the show. I have to do all the cartridge art. If somebody hasn't done it, I make one up, which is fun for me, actually. Otherwise, I just put a generic 2600 thing. Some people have actually kind of riffed off the ones I made for their own when
is
they
very
did the
cool.
actual art, which is cool. Usually not, because mine's just thrown together stuff at the last minute. I also make the screens as well, like this screen here. But that's just for the show. That's not a special one. But usually I put a background now that's related to one of the games that kind of goes with the theme. I put the cartridges on there, a little tiny bit of words on there. I used to fill the screen with just tons of garbage. Now I've gone a lot cleaner. There's just a bar up top with the console that we're going to be playing. It says ZeroPage, and then the rest of it is for the games. I used to post every time we were going to do a show on social media, every single time. Now I just do it for special shows.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that it didn't matter if I posted or not.
Yeah, you know.
the people who are watching are the people that watch.
And your consistency is good.
Yes, good point.
There's one of my favorite games is Path of Exile, and the game developer said he learned something from streamers, which is that one of the streamers mentioned that like if he plays a game at the same time every single day, he retains an audience. 100%. And that like the game was releasing leagues sporadically, and they said no, you need to create a structure so that people can expect every 4 months this happens. You want to create this energy of like every Tuesday and Friday at this time, this is what's happening. And even the fluctuations of an hour they're not too bad, but that actually isn't ideal. It's like and that's I think more critical than like posting on social media. Because 100%. If you just sporadically stream and then you're like no, but if you're like every Tuesday and Friday this is what's happening, that's critical.
And to that point, on the Tuesdays it's a late show for us. Fridays it's an early show, and that gets a different audience. The late show gets people on the West Coast and Australia, and I usually cater the Jaguar to Australia because of Reboot, because Lawrence is in Australia. And on the Friday show I do the noon show like today, which Europeans can watch, which I do, so you get a lot of Atari 8-bit games, because those mostly come from Poland, and I want the people who make the games and the devs to be able to participate. So people in Europe will watch the Friday show, people in Australia will watch the Tuesday show, and people in North America can catch both, which is the biggest audience, because it's an English-speaking channel. So you're going to get a lot of Europeans, because they have English as a second language or first, but mostly North Americans. So it just makes sense. When I move into a new flat, I make sure my computer and internet will work on Friday at latest. When I've moved, those were the first things I set up: my computer and internet access. I had to make sure it was working before we moved in.
And I think what's interesting, like being a creature of routine, like I do miss, and I think Twitch and these shows create that, where like old televisions had this sense of like, I get home from school, I turn on the TV, and there's this show playing. And there's something really nice about that, because you can kind of like, you organically do it in a way, like the Netflix world, the world of streaming that like isn't this streaming, but that world, it's like you can watch anything. So sometimes you're like, oh, what do I do? It's really nice to have like, oh, I'm going to kind of have this thing I can look forward to at this time. It's
there's YouTube for people who want to watch it whenever, and there's Twitch for people who want to watch it live and interact and chat with us, which we love. So good, the chat.
But even the YouTube, like knowing, oh, a new YouTube video is going to be released at this day. There's something new to check out at this point.
Because it's on Fridays I post it right away, because there's still time for people to watch in the evenings. On Tuesday it's always very early in the morning, so even that's a routine that's always posted. Boom, boom. Tuesday or Wednesday early morning, and Friday afternoon. Garand, I don't know if it's necessarily hard to make games for the newer retro consoles because of the tools now available. Plenty of tools, newer consoles that are seeing quite a new development for Jaguar N64, Virtual Boy, PSX. As the tools come out, and as that age range progresses, so they have time to develop games, the infrastructure for making retro games is going to develop. So it would go hand in hand as time goes on. So there would be more N64 development tools and PlayStation development
You bring up a
tools.
great point.
Yeah. So yeah, that does make sense. There's a lot of great tools for Jaguar now. Excellent tools for 2600 and 7800 now as well. I don't know about Lynx, but I'm sure it's the same.
Another, I don't think you do this always for like everything, but I've always been pretty blown away by your activity on YouTube comments. You'll often respond to people,
unless it's a trolley commenter, and I'm like, I don't understand what this is in reference to. But I'm like,
and in all honesty, there's even times I've read a comment and I've been like, oh, this, and then James's response is so professional and kind and nice, and I'm like, oh, it's another thing of just being active to those things is it makes a big difference.
For those of you who don't know, I've been streaming online for, what year is it now? 2026?
Yeah.
For 27 years.
Yeah.
So I've had to deal with feedback from the general public for 27 years. So I know how to talk to people and interact with people without and diffuse things. If they're angry about something, or they're confused about something, or they're saying something a bit inflammatory, I can calm them down a bit.
Yeah.
And I've also used to be as a job a supervisor as well for tech support. And you really have to know how to diffuse people when you're talking to people whose internet has been out all day and they won't get their internet back for a couple of days.
That's right.
They are mad as hell and they're not going to take it anymore.
That's right. And then also genuinely receive like what that's coming from. Like I think too, like that's even some of the comments on YouTube. Like if you really realize, oh yeah, maybe this is being said in a way that's a bit aggressive, but no, there's a reason why this is being brought up. How do we take this in and integrate this and improve the show based off of the feedback?
Because I like constructive feedback. Maybe the audio's bad or the video's bad. Or I need to improve something, and maybe they don't say it in the nicest way, or they're a bit blunt about it, and I have to absorb that. Maybe I take a day away from answering it first, because the comment will stay there and I'll answer it later. Yes, I did audio streaming in the beginning. January 3rd, 1999 is the first day that I broadcast on the internet. It was audio. I had a radio station and radio shows. And then 2003 was my first live streaming video on the internet. This was 2 years before YouTube started. Yeah. And they didn't even do live then.
And also also YouTube didn't really pop off for a little bit.
And in 2003 I did multi-camera switching live show with a studio audience and bands and guests. So I've been at this for a long time, despite what you see. It's
crazy the tech that's evolved over that time.
It's so
our job is a lot easier. Even like OBS's bullshit early on, like trying to like the features and the way in which
Thank you for the raid.
Hey, thanks so much. We're just hanging out.
Didn't pick up the mix it up audio. Oh well, I heard it. Maybe you guys heard it. Was playing ancient computer game. Good. Ancient computer games are awesome. OBS makes it really easy. There was a bug until fairly recently that I had to time up all this stuff so it arrived at the exact same time to OBS to stream it out. Thankfully, they fixed that and implemented live, up-to-date video and audio, because I guess people's systems couldn't handle it until a certain point. Yeah. And now there's a click box now that you just click it and it's like, oh, it's real time. Oh my goodness. I am groups of one person too. Yes. Yo. One person raids are the best raids.
They truly are.
It's like a big announcement. Da, 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 I have arrived. It's so funny. So we do also interviews on the show of devs, and that's a fun time. It is enormous amount of work. The things that take the most work on this show: interviews, live remote broadcasts at PRGE. That's really the only live one I've ever done.
And the award show.
And the award show. Award show is number one. Literally, that takes all year round to prepare because I do the lists and stuff. But it really ramps up, and it takes a solid 2 months.
There's just layers
Really?
of prep of different
Yeah.
things.
Going through the different stages of narrowing down the games, talking with all the devs, talking with all the nomination committee. But we talked about that a lot during the nomination process every year.
So
We won't go over that too much. But interview prep, we do interviews about games.
that's brutal. Sorry. Oh, okay, we're good.
Hopefully it's mostly picking us up.
It's a bit better.
Yeah, they're building the upstairs. What can you do? Homework for you do for interviews is truly unmatched. Thank you so much, Eduardo.
Makes a big difference.
Some of my greatest heroes are interviewers. My number one person that I admire the most as an interviewer is Nardwar, the human serviette. Do you know him?
Yes, I do.
Okay, he is the best in the world at research. The best. If you have never watched Nardwar, the human serviette, he interviews bands. He strays outside a bit, but he 99% interviews bands. He, from I'd say about 25% of the questions he asks, 100% of the questions he asks, the person being interviewed goes, "What? What? What?" is very confused at the question. And then about 25% of the time after they go, "What?" they go, "How do you know that?" How can you possibly know that about me? He's like asking questions about their childhood, about their friend they grew up with, and like some school teacher that taught them something that they have never mentioned on any other interview ever. And I've listened to Nardwar since the early 90s. Because I used to listen to him driving back and forth from work. He would never start on time, sometimes a half hour late. And he still broadcasts on the local university radio station.
Wow.
And he's been doing that since like the 80s. It's crazy, or early 90s anyway. Type the name, please. Yes. He is very unorthodox. Just be warned, he has a very strange voice. He dresses very strange. He acts very strange, but his interview skills are second to none. Nardwar, the human serviette. It's going to be close to that. I don't know about serviette. That's spelled wrong. But Nardwar's spelled right.
Yeah,
There's nobody else named Nardwar, so you'll find him.
Because the hat is what.
Yeah, he's got a Scottish beret.
Is he
kind of thing.
Canadian? Am I?
He's from Vancouver. He
There we
broadcasts
go.
out
That
of,
makes
out of UBC. Yeah, so I listened to him. Yes, it is. Serviette is napkin in French. Yeah. And he also has a band. It's like ska punk band.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's
Fine.
I feel
I've
you.
never seen him live. I've seen him at punk shows. He goes to a lot of
Yeah.
punk shows. Anyway, he's an amazing interviewer. So I've really looked up to him and some other interviewers. I've also done a number of documentaries where I've had to prepare interview questions. So I've a history. We used to do interviews on the radio show back in the in the 90s and early 2000s of guests, because we would like take a phone. We'd hold it up to the microphone and we'd get them to phone in, and that's how we would interview them.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have a complex system. But I tried to set up a complex system, and then I went, why don't we just put the phone on speakerphone and hold a microphone up to it? And it's like, oh.
Sometimes the simplest thing is the thing that's needed.
So I'm kind of old hat at interviewing, but I do really, my number one thing with interviewing is ask a question. Every single question should be a question they have never heard before. Because when I was being interviewed for my film, it was kind of a mix. You'd get questions like, how do you feel about your movie now that it's out?
I feel great.
how did it feel making the movie? It's
I just had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Also, questions that can be answered with one word is not a good question.
Yes, no questions, terrible. Never phrase them as yes, no, because some people will answer yes, no, because they're like, they'll freeze. You ask them about experiences. You ask them about their travels to get to where they are. So I interview people the way I would want to be interviewed. And also a good tip, if you are being interviewed by me or anyone else, answer answer the question in the way that you would rather it be asked. Say the things you want to say. If they're not asking a good question,
it's
transfer it into an answer of something you wish they asked.
yeah. Don't answer the question they asked. Answer the question you wish they asked.
That's the phrasing. Yes.
Yeah,
99% of star interviews are boring. Yeah. If you want to watch good interviews, about movies, never watch the stars being interviewed, the actors. Watch the writers or directors being.
Oh, I've already seen Video
asked.
Crash. Is that
Nope.
recovered?
Okay.
And we're back. Sorry, that was weird. It must be all the construction and everything.
Oh, it's
Okay, was able to recover. Okay, good.
okay. Maybe it just dropped out briefly.
Sorry, guys.
There's like, no, it's really good frames.
It's good again. Okay, that's great
Yeah,
to hear.
okay. Maybe
The other one I heard too, which I thought was a great way, is don't answer questions, handle questions.
Yeah.
Which is such an interesting way of doing it. Is like handle them, like find a way to sort of take the question and turn it into what it is. That like if you're a public person answering questions, handle
Yeah.
the questions. You don't have to.
Not in a politician way where you're giving a non-answer, but because you don't need to be a politician.
But you don't have to, like, if someone's handle them, figure out what it is that's the heart of it and get into it. You don't.
Yeah.
That is the sort of
It's like if you want to dive deep, dive deep. Like
Yeah.
who cares about the interviewer? And sometimes things that make me crazy as an interviewer is like I've got all these great questions. I've got 20 questions, and I'll ask the first one, and they'll anticipate the next 5 questions and weave it into their answer. And I'm like, no, you're wrecking my questions. You're wrecking my questions. And it's fine. Isn't that the same advice Judy Hopps received for her interview in the first Zootopia? I never saw Zootopia.
It must
but
be.
It's probably a common thing.
It is. I remember it.
It's like media training.
Media training. I remember hearing it first from Necknumer from A Fog of War. That's how he, that's
where
what
I got it.
That's what he said. He said, "Don't answer the question they asked. Answer the question you wish they asked."
That's where I got it 100%.
That's where I remember hearing it
It's such good advice.
for the first. Yeah.
Because then, especially if it's a short interview, especially like media, like quick media stuff, you have minutes to say what you want to say. Forget their fluff. Get to the meat of what you want to say about the thing you're promoting or talking about. Yeah. She was told to answer the questions with a question and then turn that question into what you actually want to answer. Interesting.
Yeah, but it's a strategy and an approach to these things, which
Yeah, more or less is something like that. So I'm sure they got it from Fog of War.
and I'm sure he got it from somewhere else. But
Yeah.
that's the
He
place.
succinctly phrased it.
That's the
nicely.
place that I remember that line from.
Yeah. Yeah. So interviews is a lot of fun, and we've interviewed like everyone, all the big players now, like,
Legends.
like legends on the show, and I'm
And
so
I'll be fumbling through their game while James is talking to them.
yeah, and some developers, some developers are like, how come you're not playing my game really well? And I'm like,
Here's
well,
Erlen, how far away do you live from
good
ZPH
question.
headquarters? I live a dangerous distance. And
Yeah.
it's actually a bad distance because I'm roughly a 5 to 10 minute walk away,
That's dangerous.
which is tough because I will often want to get a coffee and it's
it
just
takes no time to walk there.
and then it's like, and I'll have thing, and I'll go be like, oh my god, I gotta get here, and then I'm running. I don't think I'm always later than I want to be. I'm almost never late, but I'm later than I anticipate to be every time. So I
Yeah.
give myself enough room.
Like, we have 1 minute to air, Erlen.
But
He's there on time.
yeah,
I think I talked about that recently as well. I used to work a 5-minute drive from work, and it was dangerous because you could roll in like that. You roll out of bed and go to work, and within 10 minutes of work starting, it was bad. It's better to be like a half hour away from work in not in most aspects, but in terms of showing up on time, it's better to be a half an hour away from work than 5 minutes. I would be like barely on time every day. So bad. Darcy used to live about half hour away, and now he lives on Vancouver Island, which is an hour and a half away to 2 hours.
And there's a
depending.
ferry, which
Yeah.
and that, I mean, when you got to take a boat, it's
Yeah.
different coordination.
And Tanya lives 0 meters away, but technically she comes from work to the show.
Yeah.
And that's like, we cut it very close. She has like 20 minutes to eat and get ready for the show by the time she gets home. I have to have food ready for her. But she's about half hour to 45 minutes, like her work
Yeah.
is away. So that's why there's always such a variability, like as there's traffic, right? And that's why we start the show late on Tuesdays sometimes. But you guys are here. We're listening to music. Darcy needs to keep track on the ferry schedule. Yeah, he does.
does.
He
And-
does. On
and-
the way back, too.
And if you know anything about the BC ferry schedule, you ask anyone, how do you feel about the BC ferry schedule?
Yeah.
There's just start complaining.
Yeah.
There's nobody who's like, I love the BC
Oh, it's the
ferries.
best.
I don't have too many complaints about it, because I don't go on them that often.
How did he end up so far away? Well, the housing situation in Vancouver is insane. It's really expensive. One of the most, if not the most expensive in the world, comparing salaries to prices of houses.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
So he moved to the island, which is a little bit cheaper. So
Yeah, it's tough because Vancouver, the kind of area that is the downtown and close to that hub is extraordinarily inflated, and as you get farther and farther out,
falls off a bit.
yeah, there's a
Not affordable, but it's cheaper.
yeah, being able to purchase is a possibility. Being able to purchase
Yes.
now,
within the realm.
like 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, it was a very different world.
Yeah, we bought this place 15 years ago, 16 now, and it was, we thought, expensive then. It has doubled
Yeah.
in 15 years, if not more. It's crazy. We can't move now.
Yeah.
Like we would be just wasting money with giving the money to the realtor, and then we'd end up with a worse place.
Yeah.
And most of the people I was friends with back in like high school or just after high school, they have gone either to the island, like Darcy, or moved out east.
Yeah.
Because Vancouver's on the coast, and then you go east to like the rest of the provinces. But they're like, everybody else is like at either an hour east, or they're on the island, which is also like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So.
Yeah, and I rent, so that just means that I can live here. If I
Yes.
wanted to try to like purchase a place, I couldn't do it. I'd have to leave.
can't
But this feels
imagine.
like home, so I'm happy to rent here, and it doesn't
Yeah.
bother me to be renting because it also means
Yeah.
you know
You have flexibility.
yeah, and I have a good place where I have a good relationship with the property manager and the owners.
You've
and,
upgraded houses going along, and you're in a good
so
place now.
it's stable, but it's a tough place to live because
Yeah.
when you're renting, there's an instability. Your home could be ripped out from underneath you at the whims of whoever owns it.
Yep, we're tearing it down, building a new place. Oh,
Or
you're
I
gone.
want my son to move in, or like who knows. So, but yeah, it's just the way of the world. But life isn't permanent either. So
Well,
that's the other
we'll be
thing.
experiencing the Deutsche Bahn soon enough. I watch a TV show called Jet Lag, where they take the Deutsche Bahn, and they call being their schedule wrecked by the Deutsche Bahn. They call it we've been Deutsche Bahned. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, we're doing major remodel right now.
Yeah.
So we're living on the lower floor, which thankfully has the bathroom. We haven't renovated the bathroom, so it's in good condition. But when we do that, I don't know what we're gonna do because we have one bathroom.
Yeah.
Remote
broadcast, is that?
Yeah, we've done that a number of times at PRGE. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
right.
fun time. It's a lot of stress because I don't have notes. Really, I don't have notes because I don't know what I'm going to encounter there. I have a general sense of new games coming out, where to go to the new games. I could go to the Champ Games booth, Atari Age booth, Atari booth, Audacity booth, Songbird booth. Look around the Intellivision booth, go to the Vectrex booth, go look at, the displays and stuff. But really, I don't know what developers are going to be there for, half of them. Some of them I do, but I don't really prepare. It's more off the cuff. It's not in depth. It's more surface fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's more me stressing out about my tech and whether it's going to look good and sound good. I've been refining it over the years.
Yeah.
Now I've got it nailed. We used the same one last year as we did the year before, and it's getting better. I even found better software this year. So yeah, if you ever find yourself in Houston, you're welcome to stop by and do a remote broadcast from our house.
Thanks.
Hey, we're here outside
That's
Ramirez's
Ramirez.
house. We're gonna go inside, see what game he's playing. Oh, he's got a high score on this game. He's doing awesome. Yeah, it's fun doing remotes. We've never done one from the Vancouver Retro Gaming Expo. It's not that big. It would be like 2 seconds long. Maybe I'll do it this year, but I'd rather enjoy myself. Actually,
That's the other side of it, is when you go to
get
these
to.
conventions, and especially when
you're working.
you've obviously you've flown there, you're paying for accommodations. You know,
Yeah.
you got to make sure that there's time for you to enjoy the experience.
Yeah, and it's
a hard
kind of
balance.
break up the day, and I do a bit of broadcasting, like an hour, and then the rest of the time is wandering around. But there's prep for the broadcasting. I go around and make sure, oh, I'm gonna come by later tomorrow or today, or oh, I catch a dev and like, oh, I'm gonna do dev interviews, so hang around the Atari Age booth at 2:30 or whatever. Yeah. But I do like doing the remote broadcasting. A lot of people tune in for that. A lot of people watch those videos after, because they're not able to get to those events.
I always watch those. I really enjoy them. They're always really cool.
They're dynamic.
And
Oh my
you just
God.
get a window into the world, and they are they leave you wanting more, because you're short and sweet with them, which is good.
Yeah,
it's the necessity, but
It is fast and furious, because I know Tanya's on the camera. She's holding it, and I'm like, I'm burned out. Oh, let's talk about that. After I get bad burnout, I'm an introvert. Like a really quite introverted, as opposed to what you're seeing here. It seems like an extrovert, but I'm like an extroverted introvert. I love doing the show. I love talking to devs. I love doing on location, but it destroys me mentally. Afterwards, I am burned
Yeah.
out. I have to do like nothing afterwards and talk to no one. Because it really, really drains me. But it's all worth it. I love doing it. I love my thing is I love tech, and I love prepping things, and I love spreadsheets and organizing things. And I love video. I love audio. So I love video games. So all of this combines into this perfect. That's what I've been doing for 8 years. This is one of the longest projects that I've done
and consistent.
ever, consistently. I've done, the radio shows, but radio shows have lasted like a year and a half, 3 years, 2, 4, things like that, limited spans. I've done like edited, TV series and movies. Probably the only thing that's lasted longer is that documentary.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, but the filming really took place 2013 to 15, so 3 years
With some pickups here. And
with some
there.
pickups. But this really is like the longest project, because it really melds everything I love together.
The immediacy is amazing too. Like, as I was describing,
Yes.
like the process of creating a lot of things takes a long time before it becomes anything.
Yeah.
And
You have to
then,
find your groove. You have to
Yeah.
find your audience. You have to find your format. It took a while to settle into what we're doing, and I'm sure it took you a little bit to get like, what am I doing here? This
Get
is
used to
weird.
it.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bad cat.
Cat. What's he doing? He's just staring at the Jaguar.
He could be a bad cat.
He's-
I don't know what's going on with those mix-up audio. It's not triggering. Maybe it's not loaded. Why is it not loaded? Oh, that's why, because it moved over one. I'll trigger the bad cat for you.
We'll trigger it.
I've done that so many times because it was not in a row, because I have all the streaming things in a row and it's moved over one. I don't know why. So we've got a question here. You probably don't want to answer it. Oh, I see. No, that's for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was for you. We own this place, not outright. Hey. So we pay a mortgage.
You're retired from.
I am retired. ZPH is my job. I mean, you guys send in donations and stuff. Like you guys do subscriptions, but that doesn't pay for my tech that I buy for the show.
Yeah, no.
Not even close. But it's very much appreciated. That's why I would say it's for cat treats, because it doesn't cover the tech.
You made some really good decisions early on in your life, which
let's say it's partly that, very good decisions, but I'm also very, very, very lucky, and I don't want to get into it, but yeah. And Tanya works. Yes, Tanya pays a lot of the bills. She has a very good job. But I also have an income, and but I'm very, very lucky to have that income.
yeah.
So yeah,
He's made some good decisions
make some
early
good
on
decisions.
in his life.
Yeah, we
yeah.
invested in housing, and I saved up a ton of money early on. And I did work an actual real job for somebody else up to 2009 was the last time I actually worked. So
Yeah.
I've been out of work for a long time. But then I got into filmmaking and lost a lot of money. I never recovered it. For the big project, like the documentary, I lost so much money. But I kind of knew that I was going to. It was a stepping stone to bigger projects. Smaller projects, like with Erlen, we made money on that.
Yeah.
But then I kind of got a really good glimpse of what the film industry is about while doing that film. And I did not like what I saw. It is mostly not about the quality of your product. The quality of the product has to be there, has to be at a certain level. Doesn't have to be amazing. It has to be acceptable. But there's so much behind the scenes things you have to do. You have to know this person. You have to do this. You have to talk to that person. You have to present things in the right way. You have to do this. You have to make the right moves, as well as having a decent product. And you have to manipulate the thing you're working on to fit what they want. It's not about what you've made. It's about how does it fit their objectives, their goals, their formats, their thing of the weeks, and the things that I was pitching after doing the documentary. People wanted to change the documentary so many times. They're like, "Oh, can you make it into a big commercial for us?" I'm like, "No, nope. That's not it." And they're like, "Oh, if we invest this, can you do this?" And I'm, "Nope." And people, "Can you change it so it's like this, so it's a little bit more fluffy?" Nope. So I stuck firm with the documentary. We made it to the highest pinnacle you could. It's on a big streaming platform, Prime, Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Can't get much bigger than that. So that worked out really well. Didn't pay much, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
But going forward, I had a lot of projects that I wanted to pitch. And my partner and I had like 3 or 4 or 5 different projects at various stages. And every time we pitched something, they were like, "Can you change it completely into something else? Then we'd like it." It's like, well, then we're just guns for hire then. I might as well do commercials and just make advertisements and stuff then. What is the point? Yeah, networking. And I am not good at networking. I don't want to shake hands and blah, blah, blah to people. I just want to do the technical stuff and the arranging stuff. But anyway, I didn't like it. I didn't like what I saw, and I went, "I'm done. I'm out of here. I can't do it. I don't want to do that. I want to do this."
Another thing too, when it comes to like financial stuff, and I think it's, I personally really respect and admire you and Tanya in the sense of like you're spreadsheet people. The meticulousness that you approach like the gaming and organizing. It's like there's a scientific, there's an accountant's minds around, and that to do well in life financially, there's a precision to all of it, and I think that's also why you've done well in your life financially. Is that like it's really hard to like. It's really easy to spend money. It's really easy to just kind of flutter your way through. But it's like, James...
very easy to spend money.
James is the kind of guy who knows exactly what's coming in, what's coming out to the cent. And I think that's...
I do a lot of research on things that I buy, too. I don't just buy things off the cuff.
And I try to aspire to that mindset around finances too, because it's just, you know, and that's also where you guys have been in a good position. Is there that being spreadsheet people is the best way to put it, you know.
And also for the show, talking about discipline and doing what I want is I do the show the way I want to do the show, and people have been attracted to the way the show has run rather than me pandering a certain version.
Do your thing.
Like if you look at the thumbnails I use, they're not the regular thumbnails that, my face is not on it. We're not doing big open gaping mouths. I hate that.
Yeah.
I know it works though. And everybody does it because it works. But I'm not trying to make a living doing this. I'm not trying to get
you get to do your
X
thing.
numbers. Like, I want 10,000 views of every show I'm doing. If I wanted to do that, I would not be doing this stuff. I wouldn't be doing new 2600 games where there's like a pool of people that big that want to buy it. I'd be like doing the newest video game that has the best graphics and like doing stuff like that. But there's a million people doing that. I don't need to be one more of that. I want to do this where almost nobody covers what I do.
That's a huge part of why, like, expanding the show beyond this. It's like, why we get to do this thing
I love
to
it.
this audience.
Thank you. I hate those other thumbnails. Terrible. Yeah,
I do too. It's
like,
just,
oh my god, they'd be like, look at this. Yeah, I'd get Erlen posing and stuff. It's trash. It's trash. I hate it. I hate it so much. And I purposefully don't click on thumbnails that have that. Sometimes I'm like, well, I need to know about this. And this person is like, or the people that have like,
the titling too, like
the titling,
like
clickbait garbage.
James played Galagon was devastated by what was seen. You won't believe.
You won't believe what happened.
Or whatever.
Exploitation of the genre, and like it's just terrible. Or you put on a fake persona, or you like,
do a thing.
You have a gimmick, like. We have cats. Is that a gimmick? Well, we have cats. I don't know. People like the cats.
I also think the best, like,
that's their only gimmick.
The best bits, the best things happen organically. Like when you try to force that stuff on, like when you the thing that makes you laugh and you're joking around and that becomes a thing, you know, that's better than like being like, how do we?
And then you see the people that you look at those people that do that and they get burnout because they're not doing what they want to do. They're doing what they're forced to do. To pander to the algorithm. And, you know, I don't begrudge them if they're making money. If they treat it as a job, then they have to look at it as a job, and they're going to burn out because it is a job, and it's not a thankful job either. It's a thankless job. It's so much work. Like I would say put in equivalent to about a full-time job doing this because you count up the on-air time, the prep time, the answering emails, the conversing with the devs, things like that. I do this every day. And while Tanya's away at work, I'm doing this as work pretty much the full day. And then I do the show on top of that. AA will create even more of that slop. We'll be like Spam 99 will be AI slop soon. Yeah, so many videos I click on. It's an AI voice with AI video. Like just clips that are going along with
some crazy title.
AI voice, AI created text, and it's like, and I can still tell now, but soon you won't be able to. And it's like, is this AI? I can't really tell anymore.
What in the world?
But this, you know, it's not AI. We're real flesh and blood, real people.
Exist.
Yeah. I think if anybody has any last minute questions, we're kind of wrapping up.
Yeah,
I think I've gone over it.
But fun to go through and see all your tech. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, finally time to do it after 8 years. I don't think we've never done a room tour. We've done little Q&As here and there. I've gone on to other people's streams and done Q&As.
But not one like not one
like
quite
this.
like this. No.
Not
So
like
yeah, any
this.
last minute questions? You know, this
AI
is your
James
chance.
and Aaron
you know?
playing AI generated Atari 2600 games. Yeah. You're very welcome. And we have some stuff coming up on the show. We have some exclusives. So the exclusive, we're going to be playing Cosmic Custodian 2 on the next show, and that's on Monday. Also, the final of Break Invade, exclusive final version of Little Edge 1 in Greece. I don't know how many of these. We might do all of them, just so we can catch up on the 2600
Yeah,
games.
you got it.
Orion X, Harry Peril,
Some unboxing.
Alpha Fighter. Yeah, I might do all of them just to catch up. Yeah, so that's on Monday, because Tanya and I have a thing on Tuesday that we can't get out of, so we have to push this to Monday for our first show back. But then, then we're going. Oh, the interview and a secret game from.
Ooh, you don't want to miss that.
No, from John Champeau. That'll be at the end of this month sometime. So we don't know. Don't even know what the game is. We have an interview at the end of the month as well from Zack Attack, all about Pixie, Elf, and Chameleon. We had to postpone that from last year, but now we're having it on March 27th. Then on April 1st, this is a big one, and I'm going to reach out to some devs here and some old school people. It's Atari Age's 25th anniversary celebration. We're having it on the day. We're going to have a spotlight on Albert Uruso. We're kind of going to be doing the same thing we did today, except about Atari Age. Get some behind the scenes stuff about Atari Age, their day-to-day activity. Go back in the archives, talk about the old school days. Yeah, they start up April 1st, 2001.
Ooh.
It's crazy. And I'd like to reach out to some devs and get some, memories and
Perspective.
stuff. Yeah, and see what they remember from the early 2000s about Atari Age. And then April 30th, we have a distributor spotlight at Reboot Games with Lawrence Stavely, Cyrano J. So we've got lots of stuff. You could have used a menorah. Oh, we could have.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not much into religion, so I'll keep it a birthday cake.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
anniversary. No 10-liners show?
Oh, yeah, I'll put that in there. I'll have to research the 10-liners. You guys didn't see much of that. I did the little animation there.
Hey.
Actually, you didn't see that at all.
No.
Oh, maybe on the cat cam you might have. Yeah, I've got this little birthday cake with the little candle lit on the third bit. So it's 8 years. There we go. See, I put in some work here. And a little animation in behind, some green screen confetti going up. Yeah, there you go. Zaku. Yes, I didn't know about Zaku. So yeah, I have never played it on the show. Unfortunately, it's long sold out. Oh my god, I wish I could have a copy of that game. It's an awesome shooter for the Lynx. Tetris 10-liner was really great this year. I think that was last year. Some 10-liners. The 10-liner is happening right now, I believe. So it's not done yet. So, but I'll schedule it. Anything? Last thing. Thank you so much. We used to describe programming for game characters and enemies as the AI. Yes. I have a copy. Could mail it to you for a show. I used to do that, but it's so expensive shipping.
Yeah.
It's so
and if something gets
expensive.
lost and
I
bad
don't really
for you.
want to lose it, and it's somebody else's game. Yeah. Talking about the awards, don't remember the system. 10-liners. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Shipping is always a risk. Yeah, things get lost. Like I've lost stuff in the mail. Some stuff has never got to me. Some awards never got to people. Some of the trophies, it's just terrible. Even when you track it, you have tracking. It's like it's gone. Tracking just tells you where it is. It's like a security camera. It's like, well, you got a picture of the person that broke in your house. That's it. That's all you
Good
have.
luck.
You don't have the stuff anymore. So yeah, tracking just tells you when it got lost. So there's Jaguar headed my way for services. Been lost in the mail for 2 weeks now. Oh,
No,
that's
not like this.
really terrible. Sorry to hear that for the person that sent it to you. But tracking is very important when you're sending things to people because they could say, "Oh, it never arrived." Well, I have it. There's a bunch of stuff coming to me in the mail soon. It's very exciting.
Ooh.
I just bought something yesterday. That's very exciting.
There'll be some unboxing.
Oh, many unboxings coming. So I think we're done then. I think we went through everything. 3 hours. That's about right. We just there's so much more to talk about. We usually talk about it during the show though, but this is stuff that we never talk about. Yeah.
And also just to go systematically through it all is that
one by one. Yeah. So thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ivory Tower Collections, Thrust 26,
S. Ramirez,
D-Train, Iman Garand,
Cafeman 2D,
Hammers Dev, Dan AVC, Ivory Tower Collections, I think already.
Carl G.
Strawberry System 22 for a rate of 1 person.
Oh yeah, man.
D-Train, Metal Lunar, Splendid Nut,
Pseudographics. It's Kev, the legend himself.
It's Kev. Thank you again for helping out in the Atari Homebrew Awards.
He's the man.
Yeah, and that is it. So tune in Monday. It's the next For Sure show. We'll be playing some 2600 games. Get back in the groove. Play some games again. Catch up on everything we missed during the Atari Homebrew Awards.
Because James hasn't done any shows since then, you know.
No, I've done 2. But that's the official one. First one back where we're playing new games.
It's officially going to pop off.
Yeah, that's right. So say goodbye to the cats. Bye, cats.
Bye.
And we'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.